a HeadGum podcast.
This is All Fantasy Everything, a podcast where we fantasy draft anything and everything from the world of pop culture. On today's episode, we're drafting words that make you sound dumb. Our guest today is a friend of the pod and a stand-up comedian who will come straight to your house and tell you jokes. You know him, you love him. We're so happy he's back. It's Zach Toscani. I'm your host, Ian Carmel, and joining me as always are my friends and comedians, Sean Jordan and David Boring, and of course, our super producer, Marissa. Let's get into it. Episode of All Fantasy Everything, the podcast that is unemployed. Out here.
There we go.
No, you get paid to do this.
Take a little you time.
Yeah, I'm taking some me time. I don't consider this a job, dude.
Well, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you feeling? You good?
I'm great.
I mean, this is literally day 3.
This is, what is today? Day's Monday? Yeah, day 3. Day 3 of unemployment. I've been calling it, and anyone should feel free to use this. It's a fun little whimsical spin on things, and it doesn't always reflect the reality, but I think it does speak to the power of positive attitude.
You're having a good time?
I'm having a good time. I've been having a good time so far, and though I am unemployed, it brings to mind another word that perhaps rhymes, and I have done something. I believe the clinical term is portmanteau. I have taken 2 words, and I have sewn them together, much like Dr. Moreau and his Island of Horrors, and I have done that to these 2 words. And again, feel free to use this if you'd like, but please do give me credit if you do find yourself using it. Fun employment.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Pretty Boy Floyd.
No. Okay. I never said Pretty Boy Floyd. Not on this podcast.
That's on me.
No.
That's on me.
It's been sick. I cried on national television, and now here I am on the cusp of going to Italy.
Yeah.
Coming back a changed man.
Yeah, dude.
You can get an earring. You can do anything over there.
I might get an earring.
You can get one of those striped Venice shirts.
I'm gonna come back with a gondola.
Oh,
maybe like a gold chain with with some kind of charm.
Yeah.
At least bring back a paddle. If you don't get the whole gondola, at least bring the paddle back.
I'm gonna come back and be a full-time mask guy.
like masquerade?
Like Eyes Wide Shut with that big nose?
Just full-time, feathered, glittery, rhinestone encrusted.
Those ones with the beak scream pervert to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, the long beak. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's why I'm getting one.
Those feel perved out.
I'm going to become a pervert. I've decided I don't work for CBS anymore. You know what I mean? I'm right on the doorstep of 40. I'm going to become a pervert.
It's the time.
It's perfect because you have your book coming out is like the guide to perverts.
Yeah. It's a gentleman's guide to being a friggin' pervert.
Next barbecue, let's all wear masks, dude.
I'm going to get into pervert stuff. I'm going to buy a big snake, a big white milky snake.
You should buy some kind of a rubber bat.
Yeah, I'm going to have a rubber bat. I'm going to have a closet full of feathers.
Yeah, that's all pervy as hell.
Yeah. Easy on milk.
You're going to milk is perverted. It's a pervert
it's
thing.
for pervs.
Easy on milk.
A glass of adult milk?
Yeah, because you're a perv.
This just popped into my head real quick. Everybody who sent me a message about backing into a spot and how it's safer, just save it. I got 100, probably 150 messages from people.
Such a dad thing to say.
Who came at me. Just save your goddamn finger breath. There was so much
finger breath.
It was just so much. Just stop. Everybody was coming at me with this crazy shit, and it's like, okay, backing into a spot they say is safer because when you pull out, you're facing forward. I don't floor it out of a spot in reverse. I'm looking. It's like the only reason backing out sucks is because you got to wait for someone to do it. And when I back out of a spot, if somebody was waiting for me, the reward is they get to pull into the spot.
No, this explanation is for sure not going to get you any more DMs.
Yeah, so you were thinking, let me sort of engage. Let me sort of engage.
I just couldn't do it all at once, so I had to do it here.
Let me tell them why they're wrong and I'm
These
right.
These people are backing into spots. They got the time, dude.
Yeah. You're like trying to blow out a fire by putting more oxygen on it.
You can't do it. You can't do it. I appreciated all the messages I got, and I consider the case closed between you and I. But John, if you'd like to continue litigating it, John is available.
No,
I didn't read them.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I read them all. I replied to every single one of them just now.
A linen shirt just got dropped off on my front porch from Bloomingdale's. I gotta go get it. Keep talking.
That's
Put
interesting.
it on. You better put it on.
Wow. What a sentence to be able to get to say.
That's cutting it a little close. I assume that's going to Italy. You should have had that a while back.
What's he leaving on Friday? That's not bad.
A little close.
Probably ordered it on Thursday.
I suppose you could probably get linen in Italy, huh?
Oh, yeah. They love it
Probably
there.
the place to do it.
I like all
They
my
probably got
straight from the
They probably
source.
got linen houses there, you know?
I'm from the linen countryside.
Oh,
Did you know
man.
if it's not from linen Italy, it's just cheap cotton shirt?
It's just Joanne Fabrics.
Yeah.
Linen
That's
Italy.
like the best name and name check. Like, see somebody, where'd you get that jacket? It's Joanne Fabrics.
Joanne's. I just got a Joanne's down the way. How's the Octagon the other night, David?
I don't think it was quite 8 sides, but it ruled. It was really fun.
Pretty gnarly. I've only been to one of those. Or, well, 2 of them. I guess I went to
It
an
was a
actual
good
UFC.
time. My buddy was announcing, and he hooked it up, and it's like, it's more fun to watch than on TV. It is stressful, but it was a lot of fun. It was a good time.
What was the energy? That's what always freaks me out. Like all these dudes just looking around, ready to go.
It was like, so we were kind of in the GA, but in the fronter sections, you could tell it was more like people who had trained with the fighters or like
active.
were from the gym and stuff like that. Back where I was, it was like, a dad and his daughter, a few wasted couples, some old people. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Like any weird Saturday night event. It was fun though, for sure. It was a good time.
That's a good point. The weird Saturday night events. We went to the monster trucks, and it was, for some reason I thought it was going to be groups of dudes, and we were the only group of dudes. Everybody else, it was like families and kids. There were kids asleep. I was just like, oh, I misread the ticket.
There was a lot more plush dolls at a big, like a monster truck rally than I expected.
Yeah.
We still talking about being a pervert?
Uh-huh.
I just got back.
Ish.
Plush dolls.
Alcohol at Red Robin? Yeah, we're talking about being a pervert.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you wrap up your business with the back in the spotters, or are you still?
It's never gonna be wrapped up according to these messages. You can't win with the backer into spotters.
Well, what I didn't consider was the pickup truck of it all. I guess there's something there. But I drove a pickup truck for a while, and I never backed into spots. But then again, I once caved in the side of the lunch lady's car.
Well, yeah, but you weren't in your truck when you did that.
No, I didn't even have a bat.
You were upset with the portions.
Was it like a Tacoma or a Ranger size, or was it like full size?
Ford F-150.
Okay, yeah, standard.
American steel.
Standard
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
What was the lunch lady's car?
Fucking creamed, dude.
Yeah.
It was a smart car you just drove over like a monster truck.
It just stopped existing. It never existed. It went back in time. The car's the ancestor. The guy who built the car, his picture slowly faded. His wife was then alone in that family picture. Yeah.
That's a powerful enemy to make.
Donde? Linen
Huh?
shirt. Linen shirt. Donde? Let me see.
It's in my bedroom. It's a black linen shirt. It's seersucker.
Black linen.
Yeah.
When you go to Italy, it's like blood in, blood out. You gotta go in with a linen shirt and you leave with a different one.
Yeah, you leave with a different one. That's a linen exchange. That's Venice. That's what I'm
Hey,
starting in Venice.
whoa. Let's not drop my investment opportunities.
David's got his money in liquid robotics
And linen
and
exchanges.
linen express.
Linen exchanges.
Linen exchanges.
One foot in the future, one foot in the past.
You thought the needle exchange cut down on crime in your area.
Ooh, no, sir. Mars, can we share the news?
Sure.
I think now's the good time. I think now's the good time to do it.
Yeah.
This episode and one other episode will be. Well, do you want to announce it?
It'll be my last episodes of AFE.
The last ones with all families and everything, due to pending litigation between us and Marissa.
You just
That's
said
right.
doo-doo is what you just said.
Based on, she's suing Sean for the amount of times he said Laker girls. The case has finally made it through the circuit court system.
Hey, we're already in court,
And
so...
talking about lotion on skin. Oh my god, think about all the damages I'm gonna sue you for, Sean.
She's got Jergens on her side.
Yeah, dude, Jergens is like, yeah.
Come get me, big lotion. Come
Jeremiah
get me.
Jergen isn't one to fuck with.
Don't say come get me big lotion. Don't say those words
That's
together.
what I say.
Don't say that 3 times.
Every fight I've ever got in, I just look at him, I go, come get me, big lotion.
I know that's not true because then a fight wouldn't happen. Something else would happen. Something worse.
If you lotion up before a fight, I would not fight that person.
Fuck no, absolutely not. One person's like stretching, the other person's like.
Yeah. Where'd you get that bottle?
Oh, I keep it on me.
Where'd you get that bottle?
I keep that thing on me.
Yeah, hold my bottle real quick. I'm going to do this with my hands.
Where'd you get that bottle? Are you buying them?
Are you? Marissa, we love you so much. Obviously, we've talked off air about all this and Sean's lotion-based behavior. No, but seriously, you're moving on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I can't say just yet, but for updates, you can follow me on social media. I'm at mars.mel on Twitter or at marsmel on Instagram. Yeah, I'm very emotional about it.
Yeah.
I was even thinking, like, I don't even know how much I could talk about it without, like, crying, because this show is, like, one of my longest relationships I have with, like, anyone. I've hung out with you guys every single week for 6 years. There's, like, no one I know better than, like, you guys.
Yeah, for better or worse.
Yeah. The amount of hours I've listened to your voice, it's crazy. But yeah, seeing your whole like evolution over 6 years and how much you guys have all grown, it's been so amazing to witness. And I'm so thankful to have been a part of it.
Thank you. I got a hat now.
I got a hat, I have a kid.
Couple homeowners. A couple married
Well,
folk.
we love you so much. It's
Seriously.
yeah, married
You're
folk.
amazing. You're amazing.
Yeah, and it's also so cool to witness Ian meet his wife on this podcast. And like, what I'd like to think was their first date was on this podcast.
I would agree with that. It was a Shrek-based date, but a date nonetheless.
Yeah, that's some of the best dates.
Some of the best dates.
Shrek's a romancer.
Yeah, absolutely. And that vest, dude, now I wear neutral tones all the time. She doesn't even notice it, but I basically dress like Shrek.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Dude, you're getting in there on the ground floor.
Well, our friendship is not going anywhere. Only this aspect of our business relationship. We love you so much. We wish you the best of luck in all things. And it is sad. That part's sad, but we also know that like we're gonna be friends forever. So, you know, there's parts of it that aren't as sad. You know, it's just wonderful.
I also I do have some plans to return to the podcast as a guest, and also to produce some special episodes that has been in the works for several years now.
Yeah. And as part of a class action lawsuit, again, joined with the Jergens Corporation against
And obviously,
Sean Patrick Jordan.
You're going to help us introduce our new producer, who's actually Metro Boomin. that would be crazy.
Metro Boomin wants some more. Welcome to another
But truthfully, it's Timbaland.
Yeah.
It is Timbaland. It is Timbaland.
That's my
He's
fault.
Well, truthfully, I think we could say that
Can we say it?
Isaac Lee will be the new producer. If we can, I'll edit it out.
Which, thank God.
Yeah, it's also another producer, Isaac Lee. He's
We're
like...
trying to find someone who hasn't worked with Sean on a rap album before,
That's
but
a lot.
ultimately, that's just, there aren't any producers who haven't.
I'm out here rhyming.
Priming.
He's approaching this legal stuff like a guy getting ready for a divorce. He's just meeting with every lawyer in town.
Yeah, spoiling the bunch. Absolutely.
I also learned that from Succession.
Yeah.
It's a real bear hug situation.
Yeah, it's a bear hug.
Bear hug, it's a bear hug.
You're not a serious person.
It's a classic titty twister. But Mars, we love you. Obviously, we'll say more on your final episode. But I mean, much like we've needed time to process it, I also think the All Family will need time to process it. So
That's a good point.
I wanted them to be able to truly savor these last few episodes.
You thought you guys were mad about backing into a spot.
Yeah. Wait until you hear about backing out of a podcast. I still got it.
Yeah,
I still doesn't matter. The show's over, but I'm still like nice with it.
Yeah, no, that never
Yeah, you
goes
can
away.
dribble. You can handle the ball.
You keep a pen in your pocket.
I keep a pen in my pocket. I'll tell you who keeps a gripe in his, specifically about people who back into spaces, is Sean S. Jordan on Twitter, Sean Cougar Mel Jordan on Instagram. Instagram, which is where you keep your
Instagram, dude.
pictures. It's just pictures of British grandmas. Sean, where can people see you besides the Trader Joe's parking lot? Fucking red face.
Yeah, Fred Meyer, dude. I don't go to Trader Joe's. May 25th, Migration Brewery. Come see Rob Hayes. It's in Portland. He's fantastic. He's absolutely
Rob is so
fantastic.
funny.
I'm not just. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's really
Very
on there.
prolific too.
Tiny little story from Rob.
Yeah.
Me, Rob, and 2 other dudes. We were to Bridgetown like 8 years ago. We were talking about shoes, and I go, "Hey, let's go smoke weed." We go into their room, and I take a hit of weed, and I looked up at all 3 of these dudes, and I was like, "I gotta go. This is crazy." And I did the thing I do, and they were all just like, "Okay, man." And then I saw Rob maybe 3 years ago. Oh no, it was at High Plains last year, and I saw Rob, and I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" He didn't remember me, and I was like, "Remember smoking weed with a dude at Bridgetown who like bugged out?" He goes, "You're that white boy." Oh yeah, that's me.
It's good that you have a calling card.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's so funny. Watch his Late Show set. It is killer. I watch it every time I'm in an airport. Come to that show. For Rob, you're going to love it. And so anyway, that's it. But he's so funny. You're going to love it.
Fantastic.
Good
David
for
Ward's here.
yourself. Hey, it's me. May 19th, come to High Note Comedy Denver with headliner Brad Sativa. Very hilarious. Always a pleasure. And then June 18th, come to the DC Improv
DC
to
Improv.
see Jamel Yonson and myself, David Bori. We're going to be wearing some outlandish hats. It's going to be wild. Watch Royal Crackers on HBO.
So
Kiss your
funny.
mother. Kiss your mother.
Yeah. Yes,
and
do
I
all
wish
that.
I could see David and Jamel together. That's a hell of a show.
It's gonna be an energy. No one knows what to do with.
That was when we drafted websites.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's going to be an energy found later at Recessions, though. I believe that.
Oh, you don't
I believe
think
we
I'm
can
going
bank
back
on
to
that.
recessions immediately after
I think
the
we can
show?
bank on that.
Ooh, man. They might as well start a tab now.
Zach Toscani is here. Zach at Zach_Toscani on Twitter, at Zach Toscani on Instagram, at Snacks Toscani on. I mean, any way you need snacks.
There's got to be a snack app, right, where
Yeah.
you just rate snacks that you like.
If there's not, I just figured out our
Are we
parachute.
talking about people or food? Tell me the truth.
I'm thinking food.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, I'm down for that website.
Oh, 100%. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful.
I'm here in Houston right now. I'm gonna enjoy some
Yeah.
Vietnamese Cajun fusion later. That's what I feel like I gotta try.
Yeah.
Paul Wall is producing your stand-up show, right?
Yeah, totally.
Doing a house show documentary.
Yeah.
Paul Wall.
It's kind of a collab between him and the Ghetto Boys. They're on it as well. So, just kind of trying to bring in all the influences of Houston.
Yeah, you got to bring the flavor of the city. I get it.
Totally. Just taking the heat, temperature.
I wouldn't mind hearing a chopped and screwed Shane Torres album.
I would love that. I got to see Shane in Austin for Moon Tower. I tried to get on a standby flight a day earlier to go to Hawaii, and I didn't get on. And it was like 7:30 in the morning. I'm in Austin Airport. I'm like, it's too early to check in at another hotel. Like I'm kind of, and then I was like, oh my god, Shane's in Austin. So I just drove. He was like, yeah, come on over. I'm at this hotel. We worked out. We ate some food. We went to a bunch of shows. I saw the Rib and the bull riding show.
That looked amazing.
Natalie Palmides was in a trash bag and like a zombie makeup, and she was just housing this Rib, and then she ripped off her clothes and she had a bra and panties on with a fake dick, and then she was putting the dick in the barbecue and sucking. It was insane.
See? How about you write that, Chat GPT? No one could ever beat live performance.
It was crazy to watch. Like I was like, I don't know how I feel, but it was so.
She's also a force of nature.
Oh yeah, the visual
Yeah, she's
of like
ridiculous.
a woman in like, it just looks like scary painting just eating a rib right next to Adam Ray. I was like, my mind can't do this math right now.
If I had $1 for every time I've had a dream like that.
Didn't Shane have a big cowboy hat on too?
He did,
right?
And his belt buckle, he didn't get the right kind of belt.
I just love it. It just seems
for
like
the buckle.
Just seems like a Shane ass thing.
No, when he told me that's what they were doing, I was like, man, you guys are geniuses.
Yeah, dude.
Cold Stone Steve Austin, Shane Torres. Where can people ply your wares? Ply your
So this is coming out.
What is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, that.
Playa Del Mar.
Well, this is coming out mid-May, so I'm gonna be currently.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
So I'm gonna be in Colorado, but yeah, you can book me to perform at your house. All your friends. I'm pretty much doing like a Colorado, Northwest, Midwest, East Coast, down south. So if you live in any of those areas, I'm coming through. So book my ass. I'm going to Canada. Got some shows in Toronto and
I'll be there.
Montreal and Ottawa.
Ottawa,
Baby.
the Senators, capital of Canada.
Wayne Gretzky.
I don't want to talk about hockey right now.
What's going on with hockey?
Oh, the Habs just lost to the Kraken.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The Kraken. They released the Kraken.
Game 7.
It's tough to lose to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
That's Seattle.
Oh, okay.
It's just
They're
tough
the
to
Golden
lose
Knights.
to a new. Yeah, it's tough to lose to a new team.
Couldn't name a hockey player right now. A current playing hockey player.
Sidney Crosby.
Keith Kachuk.
Kachuk.
I have to believe you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to shout out, because he didn't ask for a shout out, this is why I'm shouting him out. Let that be a lesson, anyone. Felipe Bauer. If you're in Tucson, Arizona, go to Graham Family Dentistry. That dude, he's an AFE fan. It got him through dental school. He did a crown for me. Gratis, my friend.
And now a crown for you. And now a crown for him.
Hey,
yes.
A crown for a crown.
Crown for a king, man.
Yeah.
We got doctors listening to this shit?
Yes, we do.
Those are expensive.
My man's a deep.
They do a same-day crown.
Dang.
Molded, crafted just for you. It was
What's
amazing.
this guy's name?
Sean's done some same-day crown.
Felipe Bauer.
Felipe Bauer. That's a powerful name, too.
It
Yeah.
is. That's a nice one.
He's cool as shit, man. They did it on, I think they're closed on Sundays, but they opened up just for me. And
then you opened up just for him.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to do that for a dentist.
I mean, I got cleaned, fitted for a crown, put the crown on in like 2.5 hours. It was amazing.
The
Damn.
Felipe Bauer Power Hour, dude.
I like
Yes.
That sounds
And I
tight.
didn't even have to do his podcast.
Oh, I want to shout out Felipe as well. He's the one that did a supercut, a 4-hour-long supercut of all the best
Yeah,
moments of
that was-
AFE. I'll link it in the episode description if any listeners want to listen to it.
A dentist did that?
Yeah, Felipe's all over it.
I didn't think a dentist would did that.
I gotta shout out Felipe.
Yeah, Felipe, what's up?
Do you guys remember when I got stuck under that boulder in the deserts of Tucson?
Yeah.
And we were on that hike and that huge boulder fell on me. Well, I was like about to saw through my own arm with a pocket knife. Like I was so close to doing it. I had made peace with several different gods. I was ready to do it. Felipe comes strolling through. I hear it giggling off the distance. He was listening to All Fantasy Everything on his headphones. He came in there, rolled the boulder off me with one hand, kept it moving, didn't even ask for a picture.
All right,
Shout out
now I
Felipe
gotta
Bauer.
shout out Felipe. You remember when I got in trouble for killing all those stray dogs?
Yeah.
Felipe switched to dental records.
Yeah, Felipe knew the judge. I got off scot-free.
Oh,
It
shit.
was the best carnival ever.
He had a bunch of coyote teeth just set aside for such an occasion.
The Canine Dental Records. Yeah, absolutely. CSI Canine Dental Records.
Felipe's out here doing it.
Yeah, Felipe ever help you out of a jam, Sean Jordan?
Yeah, he. I didn't want to say this, but he was a sperm donor. That's Max's dad.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah. Frozen pop. Thank you, Felipe.
What happened to you? What's the situation there? Your boys don't swim?
No, never have.
It's good.
I don't think it's a big
upstream.
deal. We don't need. Yeah, we don't need to dive in. Yeah, they just kind of sit there stagnant. They're
Yeah,
not
more
big
of
swimmer.
a track and field than in the pool kind of.
Yeah, they never went to swimming lessons.
You got pond boys, not river boys. That's nothing to be
That's
sure.
all right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fresh
good.
water.
My boys are freshwater.
It's good, actually.
They don't do anything now. They got snipped, which Felipe also performed my vasectomy. Thank you, Felipe. I appreciate it.
With his teeth. He did it with a pair of dentures, dude. He got teeth.
Yeah, he just went chop, 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 made it fun. He used his chop, 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 chop.
Shout out to Felipe, dude.
Yeah, man, he's got it.
Yeah, Felipe rules. And he's also the Joker.
Fuck, that's twisted, dude. Can you imagine if you were getting some dental work done, free crown put in? You know what I mean? Like
You get knocked out.
Yeah.
What's like the scene, right, that everyone has a problem with, where it's like the Joker takes off the mask, and that's when Harvey Dent realizes it's the Joker, not when it's like clearly a bunch of fucking crazy makeup on someone with a mask.
Let me just say about that, if I may. If I may say this about that. Wasn't like Harvey Dent just in like a horrible explosion?
Yeah,
It's probably like pumped full of morphine, you know what I mean? Like, that's when you would just be like, I don't know, I think I'm tripping off this morphine.
Totally, half of your face is gone.
Right,
No,
exactly.
he didn't. No, he didn't take any pain medication. Like in the movie, he wouldn't take anything for the pain. They said. Yeah, but I mean, your mind is still like.
I
You're
woke
in
up
shock.
today as one face. I'm going to bed as two face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All I'm saying is there's, you know, it's not as big of a hole as people think. Big lotion.
That's why you pull forward into the spot and don't back into it. You just so you
that's
can
right.
see it. Not as big of a hole as everybody was thinking.
My name is Ian Carmel, at Ian Carmel on Twitter, at Ian Carmel on Instagram, at Ian Carmel on Jewish Costco app,
Josco.
where all the dogs are kosher, baby.
Ooh.
Even the stray ones.
You don't think I'm
Even the
killing
stray
strays over there?
Come see me at the Comedy Works in Denver, June 22nd, 23rd, 24th. I will be there, fresh off of several different European excursions, which you'll be hearing about, don't worry.
That's crazy.
The redacted part of this podcast, I will be talking about on stage in Denver.
Your set is like 30 minutes talking about Italy and then 30 minutes to forget about I was talking about Italy.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, exactly right. And other than that, I don't really have anything going on. Watch Royal Crackers, listen to All Fantasy Everything, and just be excellent to one another.
Attaboy.
Yeah. Let's go to Atlanta. Let's go to Atlanta.
We're working, I mean, hopefully, I'm having dinner with my reps tonight.
Oh yeah, I got some wings I gotta get up there.
Mm-hmm.
They got oh god, what is it? What is that fast food chain?
Zaxby's?
It's in the Carolinas. No, Cookout. They got some cookouts in Atlanta, and those are really good.
Cookout is fire.
Cookout? I've never even heard of Cookout.
It's pretty, man, it's like $7 for you get a tray, and you get like, it's like all barbecue sandwiches, and then the sides are like, you can get a quesadilla is considered a side. That sounds great. They got hush puppies, jalapeno poppers, and they got like they got a cheerwine milkshake, and it's fucking amazing. That sounds so good.
Dear Lord.
I'm doing my research out here.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. Where's the best, worst place you've eaten? You know what I mean?
Oh. Like the best bad for you place?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, like Arizona really fucks with Portillo's. So I had Portillo's like 2 times while I was there. Like a huge the sandwich with hot and sweet peppers.
Yeah.
Like a side of chocolate cake. Like a very I am going to be here for about 2 hours. A side of chocolate cake.
Yeah, I'm in here.
Yeah, they just do big pieces of chocolate cake at Portillo's.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when we went to the Portillo when we were going? It was like at the end of towards the end of the tour, and we'd done that Chicago show. And the next morning, before we drove to Columbus, we went to that Portillo's drive-thru.
No, I don't even remember that.
Is that when you got is that when you almost shit your pants and got the cramp?
Maybe.
You didn't almost shit your pants. You
I
just
think I was
really had to
sleeping.
go.
I almost shit my pants, but I
But then
didn't
you got
shit my
that
pants.
cramp and you had to walk it off, and there were those loose dogs. You remember that?
Was that not
That was
leaving
right when David
Columbus?
started killing
No,
dogs.
that was on the East Coast.
Loose
This
dogs?
was Central.
Sounds like what you say when you shit your pants and you don't want to say
That was
it.
in the Midwest.
I got some
No.
loose dogs.
We were like in Delaware when I almost shit my pants. I got the cramp.
And the loose dogs?
And the loose dogs.
Oh. Well, I was coughing up blood the whole time, so what am I to say? I want a shirt that has that, like, loose dogs. Almost shit my pants. Delaware.
Loose dogs for red.
Check.
No, when we were leaving, so like we had an insane night in Chicago that went very late for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
And the next morning on our drive out, we swung through a Portillo's drive-thru and got like hot Italian beef.
I believe it.
Oh! Yeah, that rang a bell for some reason. That did ring
Yeah.
a bell. We got hot sandwiches
They're
in the
wet.
morning. That
Wet, hot
and
sandwiches.
Gotta get it dipped.
Oh yeah. And then we had a much longer drive than we had anticipated
Yeah.
for a couple of those.
Yes.
Portillo's is like, if you got a drive ahead of you and you eat Portillo's, you're really betting it all on to go right for you.
Yeah.
You're like, let me get a hot beef and a hotter coffee. Like it was one of those situations.
Oh, I do remember this. It was a
Yeah.
long line too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Didn't we stop
I
in the
do
Midwest
remember
somewhere
that.
to get like sausage? You just saw like sausages on the side of the
That was just on the side of the road, though.
And they,
Yeah,
they
between
wouldn't let
Columbus
us
and
use the,
Detroit.
Yeah.
they wouldn't let us use the bathroom. Remember that? We went in and we were
Yeah.
buying stuff, and they were like, "No public restroom."
This place is family owned, but not. The business is also.
We're
They
patronizing
didn't
the
have an
business.
industrial toilet like that. They sized us up. They knew.
Oh
They
Man.
saw us all sweating when we
As
came
we
in.
walked
Yeah.
in, they were shuttering the windows.
Sweating on our way to buy sausage.
Yeah, I legit saw somebody batten down a hatch, and I don't even know.
We're all in a pretty heated argument. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. I'll ask him.
I was playing tennis at Xavier University once, and I really had to shit, like, and I probably had like a set left to play, and I got through the set, and then I was like, okay, my house is like 10 minutes away, can definitely make it. I get in the car, I hit one speed bump, and I'm like, not gonna make it. I
Yep.
found a ground. The school was not happening, right? So there's barely anyone on campus. I found a groundskeeper, and I was like, I have to go right now. I'm wearing all white. There's nothing I can do. He's
Yeah.
like, there's one in the boiler room. And so I go in the boiler room, and there is a toilet in the boiler room, but it's not. There's no walls. There's no. It's just
A
in
freestanding?
between two boilers, and I had to go so bad that I was like, "Fuck it, I don't care." There's people
Hell
working
yeah.
and shit, and I was like, "Sorry,
Yeah, now's the time.
I gotta feed that boiler."
I shit down there for sure.
You're,
Oh, yeah.
you're the boiler maker.
Yeah.
I've been to house parties with a standalone toilet in an unfinished basement before.
Oh
You ever seen
yeah.
that shit? Like it's a Midwest thing maybe, but like you just go down unfinished basement and a toilet just in the corner.
Yeah.
With no
Feels
nothing.
like a very Midwest, like they used to be the coal room or something. So it's like, "Oof, I gotta
Yeah.
shit, and I'm covered in coal."
Dude, it's like prison. It's crazy. Just a wide open room with a toilet in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't poop in that at a house party.
No,
No, for sure I have.
You have? You pooped at that in a house party? People milling about?
No, not people around. Not,
Oh,
not
well.
people.
People milly rocking
I will
about.
tell you this. So there was, you know, those bathrooms that have a, for some reason, it's a bathroom that has a toilet and a stall, but then that's it. You know.
Yeah.
So they had one of those nutties in Sioux Falls. I don't know. Some night somebody dared me. I didn't have to poop or anything, but I just went in and sat on the toilet like I was pooping for half hour probably while all these dudes came in and just would look at me, and I'd be like, "What's up, bro?" And they
Just taking a
a
shit
couple
at
stayed,
Nutties.
and a couple would stay and pee, and a couple got really mad, and a couple just left.
Classic nutty.
That is nutty.
But then I just go back out in the bar. By the way, I was like, "Ah, it was the guy who's taking a shit in there for a half hour."
It's nutty with
they
a
know I was
Z.
faking. Oh no, Nutties wasn't with a Z. The thing was, you could put peanuts all over the floor, so you get the
Yeah, you and I did stand up in such a location.
Where?
Remember in Aloha, Oregon, we did a show at that sports bar, and you could throw peanuts on the ground.
Dude, yeah.
Aloha. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I know you're from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So you have a certain way of saying it. But the ridiculous suburb of Portland is called Aloha for some reason.
It's
It is.
crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. The guy, yeah, that was such a... Anyway, whatever.
Aloha Moha.
Now we're dumb as hell. We are gathered here today not only to discuss places Sean has sat on toilets or ridiculous names for Oregon suburbs, but also to Fantasy Draft, the sequel to the acclaimed podcast episode. Hold on, I'm going 38.
Damn.
Zach Toscani's third episode. Third of what is now 34.
Well, this is the trequel, dude.
Counting this one. What?
We did
Oh,
Words
yeah, this
That
is
Make
the
You Sound Smart
Tri-Blast.
twice. So this is the
Oh,
trequel.
yeah. That's right. Words That Make You Sound Smart, episode 38.
This is the cowboy Back to the Future.
This is.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
It goes back.
Mary Steenburgen.
She rules. Oh, episode 169 was Words That Make You Sound Smart Part 2. And now this is Words That Make You Sound Dumb. Zach's 34th episode of All Fantasy Everything.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
chosen by the patrons, by the way. Shout out. Good job.
The 323rd. Chosen by God.
Yeah, God's a patron. She signed up
Chosen by Felipe. Oh, nice.
She signed up last month. Thank you. I'm just doing what I can.
Now the way to the way we determine the way we determine the order of this draft is through a it's not a bad pyramid. It's not good.
That's good.
Really good. I didn't. You bailed. Why'd you bail on it?
I'll keep going. Now, the way we determine the order of this draft is through a rollicking game of rock, paper, scissors played between the three of you, and we throw on two. All right, hi ho, here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Somebody told me, I forget who it was. Somebody came up to me and said, "Ian, can I talk to you?" Ian, I'm so sorry.
Somebody said Ian.
Ian, fuck
Ian.
you.
They said, "Ian, I hate to." They said, "I hate to be a bother. I see you there. You're drinking an espresso martini. You're wearing a beautiful double-breasted suit, and I hate to bother you, but can I ask you something?" I was like, "Yeah, please, sit down." You know, and they're like, "I'm not going to sit down because I just want a second of your time." When everybody throws the same, why doesn't that mean that you're the winner?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
why doesn't that mean you're the winner?
Because we've done 380 episodes.
I never thought about
That's
that.
what I told them. It's because of a little thing called tradition. Now here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot!
I never thought about that.
All right, David wins. David throws a paper against two scissors. David is the winner of rock, paper, scissors. And David, as the winner, it is incumbent upon you. I'm going to do the rest of this in a Tom Hanks voice. It's incumbent upon you to determine the order of today's draft.
And
Not as good.
yeah, we missed.
Did we?
Yeah.
As the winner of rock, paper, scissors.
Well, it's a serpentine draft, and so I gotta.
But before you do that, I will remind you it's a serpentine draft.
And what is
What
that?
the hell is that?
Yeah, what was that impression, Sean?
Well, see if you could tell me after I'm done doing it. It's kind of like if you're setting up all the chairs at a venue, you're going to watch a stand-up show, and you got all these chairs you're going to set up, and you start setting them up in the front row, and then you set them up right to left, and you go one down and set them up all the way from right to left to right. Then you go one more down and all the way right to left, one more down left to right, until you have a whole audience worth the chairs. You're just going to watch the show.
Tiny Morgan Freeman.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if this sounds like what you think it sounds like.
Well, does it sound like Tiny Morgan Freeman?
It sounds like Tiny Morgan
It
Freeman.
was supposed to be Meatwad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The base for it is what?
Where's my whiskey? I'm going to get tore up.
I'm gonna get tore up.
Don't go high enough.
I think you gotta go a little higher for me,
I
what?
think because I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that I used to think it was Shaggy.
No,
I
that's
used to
a
mix
bad
my
shit.
Shaggy with my
That's a
Meatwad.
bad shit.
What are you talking about? It's about Shaggy. Oh, just get over here and meet water pressure. You don't talk about lining the chairs up and you prison.
You ever seen that Adrian Brody clip on SNL?
No, is he doing a bunch of bad impressions?
He got banned from SNL for doing it.
Where he announced Sean Paul. I feel like that's what you just did.
Did he really? No, I don't know what
With
you're
like a
talking about.
dreadlock wig on,
It's
right?
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Did
insane.
he really get banned from SNL for doing that?
As he should have been.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think he did.
Poor Sean Paul just wanted to sing temperature. And Adrian Brody like, mid-respect. It was like, we cut this. Like,
You asked, and we said no.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to bum anyone out. I was just trying to be.
You made Tim Meadows
I don't have a lot of
cry.
impressions.
They're all good though.
I appreciate
Oh,
it.
that Shaggy one was bad. We gotta live in the real world, guys.
That
The
wasn't.
Shaggy one.
That wasn't
We've been
him.
out on Shaggy for years.
Yeah, I've been doing the Shaggy one for quite some time.
I'm gonna tore up and pass out in the hot sun.
Yeah, you remember that one? That was
Let me
the
want it.
first Moon Nights one.
That was me while you were here.
I'm doing it as hard as
I
I
hope you can
can.
see this because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Yes, get tore up and pass out in the hot
I'm
sun.
done with this red book.
I was done with it an hour ago. David, what will the order of today's draft be? Basically, what it means is you pick fourth in the first round, you pick first in the second round.
I think I'm gonna go first.
Mm-hmm. David.
Then I think Zach, Sean, Ian.
And then Zach, Sean, and Ian with our corner. David, that means you have the first pick. In the words that make you sound dumb, the threequel, All Fantasy Everything Draft, and you were on the clock right after this short break.
Oh.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Listen, it is easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you. You never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself. Personal space, all of that is so important. You have to know what you want. You have to do you before you can make anybody else happy. Mental health is not something that you should just take for granted or that you should shy away from. It is extremely, extremely important, and you have to take care of yourself, again, before you can take care of anything else. It just has to be that way. Life is so hectic with so many different things. It could be anything. It could be kids, it could be pets, it could be your bills, it could be your relationships, it could be anything that there is. You just have to address issues if you're having them. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's done entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's extremely flexible, suited to your schedule. All you do, you go fill out a brief questionnaire, you get matched with a licensed therapist. You can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So seriously, if you're thinking about it, just do it. There's no reason not to. Don't let anything stand in your way. I'm completely serious when I say this. We all are. If you think you could benefit from it, then give it a shot. Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/allfantasy today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp.com/allfantasy. This episode of All Fantasy Everything is brought to you by HelloFresh. And with HelloFresh, they are going to get you farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes, and they deliver them right to your doorstep. You can skip all the trips to the grocery store, count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, which it is normally not. Trust me when I say, they make it easy, fun, and affordable. That is why it is America's #1 meal kit. Now, you all know that I want to look like I know how to cook, but I just don't know how to cook. I give it a shot sometimes. I have my wife in the kitchen. She quarterbacks. She knows what she's doing. I have no idea. I want to, though, and HelloFresh makes it look like I know what I'm doing. Flavors and bloom at HelloFresh. They want to help you out. Enjoy the taste of spring with chef-crafted recipes featuring ripe seasonal ingredients, and again, they are delivered right to your door. HelloFresh, not only can you take your pick from 40 weekly recipes, you can also choose from over 100 items just to round out that order. You know what I mean? You can snack. They got easy lunches. They got desserts for you. Pantry necessities. They got you covered every single step of the way. Get on it. Go to HelloFresh.com/allfantasy16. Use code AllFantasy16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/allfantasy16. Use code AllFantasy16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Get it done. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
And we're back. Welcome back to All Fantasy Everything, the only podcast that has ever existed. This is it. If you've heard a podcast, it was All Fantasy Everything.
The only one?
We are drafting words that make you sound dumb. David Borey, you're on the clock.
Okay, I just want to start all this by saying, listen, guys, I understand language is three-dimensional. A lot of people can pull off a lot of words that I can't, and vice versa. You know what I mean? It's nothing's not for everybody. Just because I think this word sounds stupid doesn't mean it's dumb when you say it. This is just how I feel. The first one, my ultimate, just like, what a boring way to get your fucking point across.
Oh,
Can't
give it to me.
stand it.
Yes.
People say it all the fucking time. Epic.
Dude, it's
Oh.
first on my list. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say it. It's first on my list.
God,
Thank you.
it gets on my nerves.
I get furious. I
I
don't know why.
hate it.
I don't know why.
You better be
Hate
describing
it.
a 9-hour movie series or a poem from the year 4.
Some type of anthology disc set.
You better be FaceTiming me from Sedona, Arizona.
The Iliad. The Iliad is
Yeah,
epic.
it's
Like,
got to be the epic.
like it's just it got. I don't know who started it. I don't know when it got into the national
Lexicon.
vocabulary. But God, is it? It's just the most boring. It's the most boring way to describe something.
If you met your wife in space, you can use epic.
Right,
Yeah, it's epic.
right.
Yeah.
If you're telling me about like how you shot pool on Tuesday, it was not.
What if the line was like really long though? Was it epic?
Nope. I don't want to hear it at all for at least a few years, and then maybe we can come back.
It's annoying, like, when used earnestly and ironically.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people try to like, oh, I know I'm using this word, you're still like, I don't appreciate it actually.
It just is a bummer. It's a bummer, man.
I think the internet did it.
Yeah.
I think it was like
It did.
Oh, I think a lot of my picks are tied to internet speak. First of all, for sure.
Oh, did you go to Tommy's house? His house party was epic. And you're like, what happened? You're like, we all fell asleep in the living room. You're like, oh, it sounds normal.
It wraps into that whole idea of people being like, that was a movie. And it's like, movies used to try to imitate real life, not the other way around.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, epic is really, really annoying. I need some shit to happen that is like... Have you had any truly epic moments, do you think, in your life?
I do, but they've been lessened because of everybody saying epic all the time.
Yeah.
I think I've had a few. I think I've done a few things that were
It's
like
perspective. I mean, yeah, I think I have. I don't think I've
done some wild shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some wild shit. There's a story I still haven't told, even recorded, because I don't even want the danger that it's recorded. I've told you guys all before, but yeah, it was epic. We did it to a car. It was about a car.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's stuff, but then, also like I was on TV. To me, like I would consider that, but I still wouldn't use that word for some reason, just because it's used a little too much. I'm with you. That was going to be the first thing.
It would have to, for me to say something was epic, would have to be like, I interacted with some kind of other dimension.
Yeah.
Like something that people would be like, I don't know if I believe you actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I went into my closet and then I ended up fighting for a Lion King.
Yeah. It was the lion,
Like
the bitch in the wardrobe.
It should reveal something deeper about human truth that you didn't know before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I did ayahuasca or something.
Sophie's Choice was epic,
Sophie's Choice was epic. It should test the limits of what people are capable of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. I think.
Yeah, epic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, not much to it. Just
No,
That's a great one.
It's a good pick.
It's great. I just feel bad ripping. I don't want anyone to get bummed if they say whatever. So these words, it's not that. It's just.
You talking about people who like back their truck into a spot and then describe it as epic?
Yeah,
you don't want to get on their wrong side?
I stopped. Now I'm going to get 100 more messages that I'm going to answer. I'll answer them all.
That's the craziest thing. You're like, yeah, I'm going to answer them all.
I'm still going to answer them, and I'm going to be cool about it, but just know that I disagree.
You don't have to.
I do think people are turning on epic. I do think if there was a way to trend it, it had its peak, and I think people have been like...
Yeah, it's like the latest outliers.
When do you think, like 5 years ago?
It felt like 2008 is kind of when it started getting used a lot, to me.
Yeah, I think 2008 to 2020 was like...
Well,
you know what I mean?
You know the shit
that were like...
Epic fail and all that shit, that...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, epic fails.
Oh,
internet.
Nails on
epic
a chalkboard,
wins.
man.
Epic wins. I used to like watching those epic wins.
An epic takedown of Trump.
Yeah.
Like an epic.
Yeah, I'll still watch all that. I mean, whatever. I still think it's fun, but like epic fails. I just call them fails. It's just,
Yeah.
I already clicked. I'm here.
Zach, time for your first pick.
My first pick, I'm gonna go. This one I always just feel stupid because it's like I think of the moment. First of all, I could probably pick every word that I drafted for words that make you sound smart. And
I could
but
too.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So mine is when you have to like get someone's attention. Like you're checking into a hotel, they're not looking, and you have to go like, "Hi." That's mine.
Oh, that's a good one. No way to sound cool during that.
No.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Oh, I feel so stupid. People think we have all this confidence, or I guess I'll speak for myself. People think as a comic that you have all this confidence. I have almost the least amount of confidence in most situations out of anyone I bet. And when it comes to getting someone's attention, I'll stand there until the business closes before I will say. I'll just stand. And it happened the other day. Someone at Target, and they looked at me, and they go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I go, "It's cool." I'm just looking at the ground. Oh.
There's not a great way to get someone's attention. What do you say? Hey there.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey.
Because you either got to undersell it or oversell it. If it's not hi, it's just like, hey. And then that sounds like fucked up.
I mean, I always wish I had the confidence to be someone who's like just starts in the middle of a sentence. Like instead of like going in and be like, "Hi, this is my name and I'd like to check in." If you're just like, "Yeah, I'm ready to check in. How we doing? Here's my ID." Go like you just start.
Yeah, no, I don't have that either.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, hi is. It feels so weird when you have to be like, "Hi, hello," like,
"Hey, I just I don't want to."
Oh,
I didn't mean to bother you. I just
you do that face, and you know, like, what am I gonna stop? I'm not gonna ask for this thing.
You ever hit a bell?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I had to do it when I was given blood like a month ago. I hate it, man. Just ding. There's no way to do it polite. It's like a horn.
No.
You can mean well, but there's
no, there's a good horn.
Maybe but you can't do that with a bell. It's like a lasting ding. You can't like.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the little alert horn.
You gotta,
just a little pop pop. Yeah, that's a good horn.
Yeah, that's a good horn. There's like a hey, maybe you didn't see it. The light changed, just so you have that information. You can do with it whatever you want.
It's a tap on the shoulder.
Can I tell you this real quick?
Yeah, that's right.
I was going past the stop sign the other day, and it really was my turn. It was a real like low key 4-way stop, like very busy. There wasn't really a way to go out of turn, and then I was going, and this kid, probably 16 years old, cut me off in a top down Corvette, and he fishtailed around the corner. And I honked, and he flipped me up out the top of the, through the top of it. And I was laughing so hard, like, man, yeah, sure. And then he pulled off, so he took a right, and then he parked. He wasn't trying to get away. He parked, like, at his house, and I was like, holy buckets, the confidence.
Corvette people are different, man.
Dude, it was so funny. I mean, fuck him, but it was hilarious.
No, you gotta wear that one.
Yeah. Since, like, the 90s, Corvette people have been just, like, the worst version of car people, I feel like.
You think Corvette's the worst?
If I was to judge, in my experience, it's like the people that want to be like Maserati or Lamborghini people, but they don't quite have that income level yet.
Right, because Corvette's like a cheaper.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like I don't have a Corvette. I can't afford one, so I guess I can't really judge. But it is. And then, like, people who own Miatas...
Kind of like a Miata guy where you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's the nothing-to-lose version of a sports car.
Yeah. Like, a Miata guy wants to be a Corvette guy, and maybe that's worse. I don't know.
We were talking about Miata guys for, like, an hour in Hawaii, Zach.
Yeah.
We really let them have it. Don't worry, guys.
Are they big in Hawaii?
There's some. They're honestly better than the Mustangs. Like, Mustangs, it's a very, like, you're a tourist if you're in a convertible Mustang.
There's some good Miata guys who are just like, listen, I lost a lot in the divorce.
Yeah, dude, no. I needed this.
And I get that, where he's just like, man, I just want to...
I had this amount of money.
I go to the car club on Sundays. This is the smallest thing they'll let me show up in.
Yeah. I bought the kit to make it look like a BMW.
I did three things. I did three things today. I bought I did three things today. I bought my Miata. Very good. I did three things. Now listen to me. I did three things the day I bought my Miata. Okay. One, I bought my Miata. You know that, all right? But the other two things, I looked in the mirror, and I decided to stop living for tomorrow.
There you go. When are you living for now?
Today.
There it is.
And then the kid's like, Dad, can I go to sleep? Or...
No, go ahead and put $12 a regular on that thing.
And give me a tab while you're in there.
I went and picked up my daughter from school in our brand new car, and I said, listen, Daddy's fun employed, so things are going to be a little different from now on.
You're just littering so casually out the top. You're just throwing like full cups of soda out the back.
Full bags of fast food.
Yeah.
You hold the bottom of the bag and empty it, and then throw the bag to make sure it scatters.
I think no, spread out the litter. That way you don't notice
it's not all dense, and the animals can get it better.
Oh man!
I bet your mom's new boyfriend Rick doesn't pick you up in a cool Miata, huh?
No, Rick's driver picks us up. Rick doesn't have time to pick us up. He's doing things, Dad.
You ever throw like an orange peel out of your car, and then someone's like, "Hey, pick up your litter," and it's a fucking fruit, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry."
A version of that, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I was in San Diego one time, and I look back on this like, of course you prick, but I dumped a bunch of chips out the window on a real main road. That doesn't look like I don't know why. I was a kid and I was done with
To
it.
stop yourself from eating it? Were you like,
No.
Sean, you've had enough?
I didn't want the crumbs in the car, so I was just like, I'm going to empty out the chips because they're not there. But it was a lot of crumbs, like the bottom third of a bag of big chips, So I just dumped it out the window, and then someone pulled up and gave me the business, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't look. That's sure, you're absolutely right. Like I wasn't.
That is like a thing a kid would
but,
do. Like when it's like, what are you doing?
Well, I was
Throw
probably
your chips in the
23.
street.
I wasn't a child, but.
I wouldn't chastise someone for a chip dump.
Yeah.
I don't and I'm a chastiser.
I know you are.
that.
I was gonna say you might.
Yeah, birds would eat those up,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
I don't
middle of
think
the road. The middle
I
of the
don't
road.
care. Organic material gets a pass for me.
I think so too, but
Unless it's poop.
there's something about like throwing. If someone just like dumps a bunch of apple cores at a stoplight, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there's a level of like, all right, but how much is enough?
Yeah.
Like an apple core makes sense. A couple chips, you're dumping out a third of the bag.
You put a banana peel on someone else's windshield, and you're like, it's biodegradable. What?
Yeah, it's for the raccoons.
My mom will take like loaves of bread. I'm not lying. I wish I was. She'll take like loaves of bread and just put them in the front yard for the squirrels. Just bread all over
Like
the yard.
But they don't eat it, right?
They will. But she'll like she'll throw the slices out. But I'm just saying, you drive by the crib and there's like a loaf of sliced bread in the yard scattered about.
I wonder if kids drive by and there's like a tree underneath and they're like, oh, it's a sourdough tree.
That would be tight. Put a bunch of hot dogs. Yeah, we planted the hot dog tree as soon as we moved in. And
It was actually Max's placenta is really what kicked it all
and
off.
now it yields a season's worth of hot dogs every year. So,
Instead of being embarrassed about the bread, think in terms of how stoked those squirrels are.
Yeah,
Like,
that's pretty. I'd be
you live
happy.
in the bread house. That's like, think about those squirrels, man.
You're right.
And the raccoons.
Mom, you don't embarrass me. You never would. Some things you do are ridiculous. She doesn't know what a podcast is, so
Yeah,
she
I was
wonders
like,
how
that
I
was
make
very
money.
direct.
Yeah. Would your mother ever drink a pint glass of hot sauce or threaten to for years?
She would do it. If I was sitting there ready to do it, I bet you she'd do it right next to me. I
You
bet she
think?
would. Yeah, I do.
I don't understand what her motive would be in this situation.
She can get there sometimes.
She loves hot sauce too?
No, she can get kind of gnarly sometimes if she wants.
Alright.
Speaking of people who hollered at us on Twitter, did you see the one where somebody figured out exactly how much sodium you'd be taking in if you drank a pint glass?
I chose to forget the fact, but yeah,
It was
I
a
saw
lot.
it.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of it. It was a lot. It was a big number.
Yeah.
It was a big number.
Big lotion, baby. Big number, big lotion. They can all get it.
Hi is Zach's. Sean Jordan, time for your first pick.
I think loogie makes me sound stupid.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a great word,
I don't know
though.
why. I just
Yeah, hockaloogie.
I mean, it's kind of like you get the phrase, but I'm not picking the phrase. But just loogie, like
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a loogie. It just sounds so.
It's tricky because you know what? It's not like there's a more intelligent synonym
There
here.
isn't a more
Yeah.
accurate way to say it. You could say like my thick viscous gut spit, but
Gut
where are
spit.
we at?
my brain snot.
I must make a phlegm offering.
Yeah, I guess you could say phlegm or mucus.
Phlegm
yeah,
is
but
way
like
too gross though, and mucus is too technical. Like there's not a good way to do it to describe it.
spit. I guess you're like I had a thick spit.
Yeah, I mean it's
A
all
thick
Yeah, I don't think Loogie sounds that dumb.
talking about your spit to me makes you sound dumb, but
When you say hockaloogie, it makes you feel like you're speaking a different language for a second. Hockaloogie.
Yeah, it's like a fake Hawaiian song.
Kalakaliki Loogie is the place to be.
Where it's like, can you believe Bob Hope got away with this? This was only 30 years ago.
Yeah, he claimed he was on the island of I'm gonna Hockaloogie.
they didn't have SNL yet. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let Bob Hope on. But they didn't have
There
it.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, loogie. I don't know. It just feels.
It's stupid. The very act of talking about it makes you sound stupid, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I
There's
mean? It's
another thing.
it's-
Maybe like, why am I doing it? Why did it come up? Like, why did I say loogie? This is a weird conversation. I'm
Also,
having.
like, you can
I
have...
definitely do it a lot less the older I am. I feel like when I was a kid, I used to spit on the street like a lot.
As soon as it would come up, I would spit it. But now that I'm older, I can feel it, and I'll just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be right back. I'll go to the bathroom," and then I go in the sink and let her in.
You ever try to keep it down where like I'll do it?
Oh, you try to swallow it again?
No, like I'll just try to keep the like that because when you're young you go like whatever, but now I'll be like, which sounds so much worse.
I like that you'll move the microphone for that, but all your nasty lotion talk, that shit goes right in there.
It's not nasty lotion talk, David. It depends on where.
But you know, you're gonna hawk one. That's gross.
It depends on where your line is, David. Okay, a lot of people like lotion.
You know
talk.
where my line is?
Yeah, it's right on the good side of lotion talk, baby.
It's on the bad side, whatever the bad side is.
You ever keep a loogie in the chamber just to give your voice a certain texture? Just like have fun with it.
When I get a bubble in my, you mean get a bubble in your throat, and
you know, like a loogie in your throat, like it gives you kind of a.
Raspy.
Sort of talk like Mitzi Shaw for a while.
Yeah. Do I like dogs?
The worst is when you're in an you're in an airplane and you have to hawk a loogie.
Ooh,
It's it's takeoff and you're like,
you gotta swallow it.
I will fart. I will. I don't care on an airplane. I'll do it all. I don't care one bit. I've just done planes. People talk about how they never crapped on a plane. I've done it so many times. I'll do
Who's
it.
never crapped on a plane?
Yeah, that's insane. Everyone craps on a plane.
I don't think that's that crazy. I think farting a lot on a plane.
Yeah. I'm not going to do any. I'm not going to make myself uncomfortable on a plane at all. Whether that means not holding farts in or whatever.
Are you not one of those people who takes their shoes and socks off?
No, that's crazy. No, I'm not.
Well, you just said you fart next to strangers. So
I know.
I can't tell where the line is.
It makes me uncomfortable to keep a fart in. The shoes, that's just bananas. No, I'll fart on a plane.
I take my shoes off, but I have my socks are clean. You know, I've showered.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Especially on a long flight, you can pop those shoes off.
I'm talking when people don't take the when they take the socks off.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
next to people. You're like, yo.
You know, they'll put their feet on your side of the clear divide. That shit kills me.
That's unacceptable.
Because I also won't say anything. I feel like a coward because I don't speak up for myself. So I just let it happen.
You know what you could do is you could hawk a loogie on them.
Yeah.
Spit it right in their
man, that's
like,
that's
right.
a green light for fighting right there. If you spit on somebody,
we're
it's
on World War 747, baby. Let's get it going.
I don't know, man. Like spitting on someone it's like somehow worse than sucker punching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, spitting on somebody's pretty bad.
I've seen that go down a lot. I won't get into it, but I've seen it happen. I've never been spit on. I got spit on one time. I was playing Street Fighter 2 when I was about 9, and this kid I just beat, he spit on the back of my head, and I turned around, and for a 9-year-old, whatever a 9-year-old's version of this is, I lost it on him. I just started...
Did you do a Hadouken?
I kicked him. I was deep in Taekwondo at the time. So I was definitely trying to do some Taekwondo shit, but I went nuts. I went as crazy as I could go at 9 years old.
Yeah, you see red. For sure.
Yeah, it was insane. And then so I did whatever, and then obviously him and his friend were waiting outside of the arcade for us. So we had to call Smith's mom because we were too scared to go. I was like, what? I'm not blacked out in a rage now. I'm 9. I can't hold on to that feeling. So if we go out there now, they're going to beat the shit out of us. So we called Smith's mom.
Yeah, you got to make a business decision, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
I was like, I think I got the drop on him for that second, but that's about it. I don't think it's happening twice.
I could maybe beat this guy at speed chess, but if we got time to really think out our moves,
he's been out there sitting on it for at least a half hour.
One guy spit into my car in a Glendale-related altercation. I just had to charge it to the game.
Into your car?
Into my car.
Was it your fault? From passenger side or driver side?
He was the driver's side, but he was... Yeah, he spit into my passenger side. So it didn't land on me, but it did get in the car. And I was just like, you know what? It's gone too far. It's gone too far.
Dude, I told you about...
Was it my fault? Not initially.
You know what I'm asking. I'm not saying, but, I mean, could it have been, let go earlier? Or was it,
Yeah, for sure.
Well, there's definitely, a level 2 of, I understand wanting to get your lick back, but, at some point you're like, all right, well, am I just purposefully doing something stupid right now?
Right, exactly. The stove is too hot. I gotta get out of here.
Your next move is only escalation, and from spitting, that escalation is I'm gonna beat you until you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Right, and then his move after whatever I do is only escalation. Yeah, and it's like, all right, fine, you were.
And now you're in a Banshees of Inisherin.
Right, exactly. I gotta get out of here.
Or beef.
Or beef.
Or beef.
Man, that shit was so good.
That
I mean,
was
I
a
told
great
you that
show.
dude threw a whole soda in my car, like an open can of soda, and it just went everywhere. And I was like, that was my fault.
Dude, you gotta keep like Ziploc bags of hot sauce, and you just pop a little hole, and then you just.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you meant like so we could take a shooter to calm down. You gotta
I gotta get my blood high.
Let me come back down to earth.
I'm starting to think about all these car related things that have been done and that man, we were nuts for a minute.
Did you ever do the lunch meat on someone's paint job?
Oh yeah, baby. Cop car or what?
Oh.
I've heard of that. I've heard. Shit.
Dude, my buddy took a dump on my hood, so I come out, there's a big fat dump on my hood. There's a dump on my hood. I go
baloney on cop cars. My buddy took a shit on my
I go
car.
immediately to his house. I didn't know who shit on my car. I go straight to his house, my buddy Mike, and I was like, somebody took shit on my car, and he didn't tell me. 6
That
months
it was
later.
him?
Well, 6 months later, he goes, "You were so mad that day, but I was the one that took a shit on your car."
Give that guy an Oscar.
I went straight to his house to vent, and he was just like, "Yeah, that's
crazy.
man."
Do you think
Did it fuck with your paint?
Yeah, dude, it was a baked on poop. It baked on there for most of the day until I came out, and then he told me the whole thing. He goes, "Yeah, I had to do it. I had to get up there and squat. It was like 2 a.m, and Joey had to stand guard and watch." So he was just in front of my house. I lived with my parents.
It's funny.
Oh god.
Oh
Nick and I
man.
barfed on a guy's car at a party
Oh,
Yeah,
that's yep.
from a roof.
That's a. Oh, I bet the splat was just
I
epic.
think it was me and Nick. It was definitely me.
Chop something all everywhere.
Yeah, it seems like a thing Nick would do. I think it was us.
I'll go to the source on that one. I'll just ask him.
Dude, I will say, if you're gonna puke off a roof onto a car, Nempe is the guy you'd want to do it with. I don't think that guy would tell anybody.
No.
No way. It was on our friend's car too. I think whose house it was. It was pretty funny.
I forget who it was. One of my buddies was gonna fart. He was gonna projectile vomit. He could feel it coming out of his. I forget who it was, but he goes, "Hey, check this out," to the driver, and he went to roll the window down, but the window was like broken or something, so it only rolled down halfway. But the puke was going to project, so he just goes "Bleh," and like puked out the window. Half of it just stayed in the car. And it was Joey driving, and Joey's like, "Dude."
I remember someone puking outside of Ian's mom's RAV4, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
On the way back from
yeah.
a wedding.
We were trying to get back to the airport from Anthony Lopez's wedding, and yeah, Joanne Schinderly just would not stop barfing, and it got to the point.
And she was not aiming it out the road. It was like going down.
It was going down the side of the car, but it got to the point where
That's
like
brutal.
somebody was going to miss their flight. It might have been me.
It was me, and
It was you.
and you were trying to catch dinner or lunch with your dad or something before
Yes,
you left.
that's right, before I flew out.
yeah.
She just would not stop barfing.
Yeah,
God,
like
that's tight.
Ian was like, "We don't have time. We're on the highway. We're going like 90 miles an hour," and she was like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
It could have been any one of us. That's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
we've all been
100%.
there.
Yeah.
Dude, my
Yeah.
buddy, last one. We first time we got drunk, we were like 16 probably, and
Yeah.
we got back to my mom's house, and she asked her. She figured out that we were hammered, so she comes downstairs, and my buddy. She goes, "Where's Nick?" And she had tacos that she had made and Oreos that she had given us on a plate. And she goes, "Where's Nick?" And I point the bathroom, not even thinking, and the door's half open. She opens the door, and he's pooping and puking at the same time. She's like,
Oh.
"Here's your tacos and Oreos." And she just set them down.
That's the worst thing you could be handed while you're puking. Here's a taco. It's like someone puked on a tortilla. Oh God.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
Anyway,
man.
that was fun. Fun little trip down memory lane.
Anyways.
Loogie was the reason we were talking about
Loogie. Time for my first and my second picks. I can't believe I'm going to get these back to back. I'm going to take them as a package.
that. Oh, all right.
I'm taking them as a package. So I'm going to say them both right now. I'm taking and nuh-uh.
Oh yeah.
I love nuh-uh.
I just say it.
Nuh-uh.
Think about that.
Yeah. That's the original
Uh-huh.
yin and yang. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like is a fun one just because when something, I don't know, when something weird, I'd be like,
That's when someone
Well, yeah,
it's a
but
little
that-
cheeky.
yeah.
But yeah.
It's when someone's telling you a story and their story it's like whitewater rafting and your or is nuh-uh and like oh nuh-uh like you just don't.
I feel like if I have to pick one that's stupider, I think it's nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Stupid.
Well, that's
yeah.
the one where you're like, no, you said.
Yeah.
Comes in handy every now and then. Where you're like you said, a skeptical like
Right.
it can be good.
But I know what you're
or
saying,
just
though.
to lead someone affirmative listening, but no
Yeah. That's always just like, you're wrong. You know you're wrong.
because
I can feel myself when, if I'm lying sometimes, I'll say, Like, if somebody asks me if I've heard whatever in the news lately, that comes up a lot, where you heard about it, right? I'm like, and I'm just like, no, I haven't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because I have to be like, go in on this, because if they ask you, if they pull your card, then you're going to look like an absolute moron, so you got to say, just the right way. And you have to
It's
just...
an answer that invites no further interaction. Don't ask me anything.
I don't want any follow-up after
No.
Yeah.
You saw Pan's Labyrinth, right?
Did you make it home all right last night? Anyway, that was a pretty good game. Pretty good game.
She's not bad, is she? No.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Did you? Hey, you didn't cheat on me when you went to San Francisco last week. Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
No, you know they got that Transamerica building, and that's a trip to see in real life. I'll tell you that. But I didn't cheat.
Nuh-uh.
And like, we still do it. We'll do it in the group thread, but it's like when you're a kid, we're going. You can't come to the movie. No, you said that. I just love it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
no, it's just the three of us. No.
It's a vestigial limb from like an earlier time. It's just like we should have left that in grade school, but for some reason it sticks with us in our dumbest moments.
I hear my nephews say it because they're 8 and 5, and so they're right at that age where I'm gonna go play video games. You can't come. No.
Tyler peed the bed last night. No, I didn't.
No, it's like I can say no with an extra syllable that makes it so much more powerful.
It's very adult.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What the fuck even is it? Where do we get that from?
Say that to a TSA agent when they're like, "Step in here and put your hands up." Go.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
No.
It's funny because there's but then there's also
Yeah.
which I would say are different.
Yeah.
What would they do at the TSA if they were like step through and you go nuh-uh? I mean, I suppose they just give
And
you a
they
pat
do the
down,
wand
right?
thing, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. What if you did it in court? Like, sir, do you recognize the man sitting to the left?
The stenographer's like, "How the fuck do we spell that? I don't know."
How do you plead to the charge of wire fraud? The Tweedledum and Tweedledee of language. And nuh-uh.
Oh man.
Or and nuh-uh. John, time for your second
Do you
pick.
plead or nah?
Or nuh-uh. To the charge of spilling buffalo wing sauce on the floor mat of my Mazda Miata, do you plead or nuh-uh?
Is there a third? This, I mean, I feel bad because well, I'll save that one for later. I'm gonna say irregardless.
Well, that's not a word.
It is a word. I looked. It is a word. They didn't like just add it or something.
I don't know.
You just said you looked it up, and then you said, "Didn't they just?"
I did, but I've been called on this before, where it's like I look something up and then somebody proves me wrong.
You just
But
can't
I
get
look-
over Stacey Halal's one-woman show.
I don't. Is it a word? It's a non.
I'm pretty sure. Well, all right.
It
let's
says
look-
non-standard.
Oh wait, it is a word.
People do
It is a
use
word.
I
it.
did look it up, but we don't have to go with that. We can go with
No,
the
no,
one.
no, 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 no. It's here. It's a word.
Yeah.
Scrivener.com says it's not considered a real word by most dictionaries.
Well, because it's insane, but people say it all the time. Like, if you've ever had call center jobs or those kinds of jobs, that is where you were going to hear that word at least once a day, and it's shocking. I've had those jobs my whole life until 4 years ago, and I've heard that word more times than I care to admit, and it's just the dumbest sounding word. Go ahead. What are you saying? What are you smirking about?
I guess nuh-uh isn't a word either. You're all right. All right, yeah, you're regardless.
I mean, neither is
It's all irregardless. Always just
It's the end of a Pepsi slogan.
Yeah.
irregardless is always a guy trying to pretend to be smart. So it's like,
Yes, it
no,
is.
I definitely no. I went to the clinic. I got checked. I'm definitely clean, irregardless for the Hep B.
Yeah.
But
I feel like, and I'm not throwing because I figured out a long time ago my lane and words that I can use in my lane. So I don't try to use words that are outside of my. I don't try to use the irregardless. I never even thought about it because I'm like, you don't know exactly what it means, so just don't do that. And I don't do that. I've changed texts my whole life. I've rewritten papers for things like that before you could type them, before you could write them on a computer. Because I'm like, if I don't know for sure, then I'm just not doing it. So it kills me when you hear somebody and you're like...
not somebody who throws caution to the wind.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I know what that meant. If we were drafting phrases, trust me, my friend, that was the first thing I thought of. But I thought I knew what that meant. I thought I had a handle on it. I thought I was current with the slang. But yeah, irregardless, it's just, I'm just like, just say there's different ways to say it. Just figure one out. Don't use something that you don't know what it means for sure.
It's a double negative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless. Because it means the definition of irregardless is regardless.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. I don't know why you would want to put that extra IR? How's it start?
IR.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why you'd want to throw it on there.
Regardless of the fact that regardless is a perfectly good word, people use irregardless.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I like
There
it.
it is.
Yeah, a little flair on it.
Irregardless. It would be a fun word to say, hear E40 say. Shout out to PDX Pro Show Life.
Regardless.
Irregardless.
Yeah.
What was the other one? What was the one that that tweet the name?
Pascal
the name?
Siakam, right?
Yeah.
Pascal
Pascal
Siakam.
Siakam. Man, shout out to E40, man. I can't believe they kicked him out of that game.
That was crazy.
They kicked him out of a game?
Yeah, one of the
What'd he
Warriors
do?
games.
Did he not do it? What?
You wouldn't sit down.
Isn't he
I
courtside?
think he was gone on a little of that Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, he might have been on some of that Pascal. He might have been on some of that, what's
Some
his
of that
wine
Slurricane?
company called? Earl Stevens?
He's got a bunch of booze now.
Dude,
And he's got all those sausages because he's the goon with the spoon. He's got a whole line of products.
He's amazing.
you ever have Slurricane? It's pretty tasty.
I'm not going to go to you for what's pretty tasty cups of hot sauce.
Earl Stevens Selections. That's his winery.
I bet it's tasty. I bet it doesn't taste boring like adult wine.
It's not for children, Sean.
I don't think it's for adults. I think it's for that sweet spot.
He has a wine called Tropiscato. That's not a kind of wine. He's got Mango Scotto.
I'm interested. Well, now
I
I'm
like
back
it.
Yeah,
here.
dude, I think it sounds fantastic.
I remember I drank his 40 once and it was nasty.
I bet.
It was bad.
What was the 40? I never had the
Function
40.
Red Blend, Moscato. Wow.
I never had the 40.
It was, I didn't like it at all.
Can't imagine it was any good because none of them are truly good.
Yeah.
I don't mind an Old English, and that's like probably the best one, or Colt
I
45.
bet you Mango Scotto with a little bit of soda on the rocks. I bet you it's delicious.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
When you say on the rocks, you mean you're sitting on some rocks when you're drinking
Yeah,
it.
by the beach.
Yeah.
Right by the airport.
Yeah.
In Vallejo.
I'm at Christie Field next to Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
I'm sitting by the rocks. I'm in Ghirardelli Square, and I'm drinking some Mango Scotto on the rocks.
If anybody from the Earl Stevens Corporation is listening to this, feel free to send us all some Mango
Send
Scotto,
us a
some
case.
You want to
Tropiscato.
watch me slam something? Go
I don't
on
want
and
to
send
see
it.
you. I
Go
don't
on,
want to
send
see
it.
you slam Mango Scotto like it's your quinceañera.
I want to see Sean drinking a bloody Mango Scotto.
There's two ways to live, and I live on the slam side. So if you want to see somebody slam that Mango Scotto,
Yeah.
Mango Scotto.
Mango Scotto.
Tropiscato and Mango Scotto.
I'd rather have Tropiscato, but whatever. I'll take either.
Well, beggars can't be choosers.
Or both. Well, I'm begging and I'm choosing. Give me that Mango Scotto, Tropiscato.
Irregardless, Zach, it's your second pick.
My second pick, I'm going to go someone with a word that's very personal to me, theater. When I say it, I feel
Theater.
fucking dumb and stupid because I say it wrong. I add an extra R. I can never fix it. I try to think,
Wait,
I'm like,
say it?
theater.
He does. It's
Theater.
crazy.
Oh, yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
I try to I'm like, say it like Peter. Theater.
Theater.
Not theater.
Theater. But I'm always like, theater. And people are like, huh?
Theater.
Huh?
Damn, that's like, talk about knowing someone for a long time and then somebody hips you to like a speech pattern thing. You're like, I can't believe I never noticed that. That is like just how you talk, though.
Yeah. It's like Sam Elliott in Tombstone. I think that's how he'd say it.
I just let it go. I mean, I remember a year, whatever, into knowing you, I asked about it one time, and you were just like, I don't know, that's just how I say it. And I don't even notice anymore. It's hilarious.
I prefer it. Variety is the spice of life.
Seriously, it does sound fine when you do it.
That's the thing about all these words is some people can pull this shit off.
Well, it's the way I feel about you saying thirder is the way I feel about Cincinnati putting chili on spaghetti. It's like, you know what? God bless the fact that it's an option out there.
Sure, go for it.
And I can spice up my life with it with a different option. It can make things a little bit more interesting in this workaday world. I'll take it.
I think that's you coming fresh off of work, though. You get back to Italy, you're going to be like, it's pronounced theater.
That's theater, my good man.
Teatro Manzini.
Teatro de commedia.
It would put a little more fun on it, though. Like, sometimes Zach and I would go on a date, we'd go to Fuddruckers or whatever, and then it'd be like, ooh, then we can hit that theater up afterwards.
Thirder?
Yeah.
Mix it
A thirder.
Fur workers.
Thirder.
Guys, it's pronounced butt fuckers.
Boy, I'd love to know the oldest person that made that joke, because we made it every single time. Everybody does.
How could you not? It's right there.
Let me
I'll
get
take the number
I think
one.
the first person,
The colossal butt fucker.
a 4th-pound butt fucker burger with 2 strips of bacon, please.
I think the first person to make the butt fucker joke was the second person to see the Fuddrucker sign.
Yeah.
It was the guy who owned it,
Yeah, it was-
and was proud of
It
it.
was
And then
John Fuddrucker, and
Yeah,
then
it was like the guy who founded it showed the idea to his wife, and she's like, "You know, this sounds like butt fuckers, right?"
Yeah.
Harold, people are going to call it butt fuckers.
See, I know you've been homeschooled because someone would have told you this already.
And he said, that's a feature, not a bug, Betty.
Oh yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
Betty Fuddrucker.
You know, actually, Darius Rucker is involved with the Fuddrucker.
Oh yeah, he cut out the Fudd because he wanted to make it on his own accord.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't want people to know he was. He didn't want people to know he was a nepo baby.
What if it was Elmer Fudd and Darius Rucker were the people behind Fuddruckers?
Man, you walk in a bar and those two were hanging out. What do you do?
Oh man,
Woo!
I just grab a
Hold
chair
up
and
a chair, dude.
soak up that game.
my mind got blown when I realized that Rucker Park and Darius Rucker, that's the same family. His family is of Rucker Park.
Oh really?
What?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
that either.
Oh, I didn't know they were from New York.
Yeah.
Damn. Man, he came a long way from us thinking his name was Hootie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? That's true?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is true. Like his lineage is, like, I don't know if that was like his grandfather, maybe a great grandfather or something was the Rucker in
I'm on
that.
it. I'm on it. That's so cool. Because if there was one guy I could never imagine going to Rucker Park.
Hold my ball.
I hope they should play a lot of Hootie at, like,
Hey, Rucker?
Rucker Park pickup games.
Yeah, the B-sides, dude. It fits.
Theater. David, time for your second and third picks.
All right, my second pick is another one. Another one of these internet speak things that have come to life, but I just like, bro, when you say it in real life, it kills me every fucking time. I'm saying hashtag.
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
I can't do it. I can't do it. When you talk to somebody and they're like, hashtag whatever. Oh,
It's
it makes me
crazy.
like.
When someone says it, and you're just like, you know I'm here.
I wish I didn't start this conversation with you.
We're
And I know
actually
that this is
talking.
how it was going to go.
It's one of the worst lineages of Twitter, and that's
Yeah.
saying something.
Yeah, it's just so brutal.
You know, and being someone who was born before the internet, to me, I'm always like, I think of the pound sign. When I see
Yeah,
it.
me too. I don't think of like.
I never thought of that. These kids probably don't. I never even crossed my mind. They don't think of it as a pound sign because they've never.
Well, because hashtag, it was pound or it was like it wasn't hashtag. That's a Twitter thing, right?
That's a Twitter thing. Yeah.
Like it's just a hash mark or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So a word could become searchable, yeah.
Right, but gosh, when people say it in real life, it's always something that you wish they didn't hashtag, or it's like something that's
It's a
like
trauma
really.
dump sometimes.
It's like or something really old where it's like hashtag winning, and you're like, what the fuck?
Winning.
Right? Yeah.
That shit. I mean, that I can't pick that as a word because it just doesn't sound stupid as a whole. But that killed me. That whole thing.
I was brought into this has nothing to do with James Corden, so I don't want to, like, just in case anyone's like trying to guess who it was for. I was brought in to help write tweets for somebody during an award show. Like, they brought in a few writers, and the talent and one of their friends just sat in the back drinking wine, and it was like they had just discovered hashtag jokes.
Oh,
So they just kept shouting the whole time, like, hashtag lame, hashtag like hashtag sorry not sorry, like hashtag like all this stuff the entire time. And they didn't take any of our jokes. They also didn't really tweet anything. They just kept yelling hashtag whatever. It was
Can we redact it if you tell us who the talent was?
It was who I love. Who I absolutely love. And like, I think her friend, I forget one of her friends, but another like slightly famous person.
Alright. It's crazy that Ndamukong Suh had just found out about hashtags and he called you in to write. I guess that's an that's an Oregon thing, right?
Yeah, big time Oregon connection. Yeah, it was me, Ndamukong Suh, Amine, Matt Bronger.
Dave Lillard, because he's like honorary.
Yeah, Dan, we include him in there. It was
Chuck Klosterman.
Chuck Klosterman, who now lives in Portland.
Matt Groening.
Matt Groening, the professor from And One.
Kyle Kinane?
Kinane wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
He didn't live in Oregon at the time.
Okay,
were the Shins there? Are they from here?
The Shins were there. I don't think the Shins are from Oregon.
I think they're from, right? Or Modest Mouse. Modest Mouse.
They're from New Mexico.
Modest Mouse is who I'm thinking of.
Modest Mouse is from Issaquah, Washington.
Fuck me, dude. Fine.
Yeah.
The Goonies? Were the Goonies there?
Yeah.
Astoria, Oregon.
The Goonies were there. The Goonies were there for sure. Kevin Love.
Yeah, hashtag, it just is always.
Yeah, terrible. God awful.
So my next
your
one
third pick.
is, this is kind of weird. Tell me if I can do this. I'm taking douche and then any word other than bag.
Yeah.
Oh, like douche nozzle?
That's specifically that one.
Oh,
but
I hate
anything
it.
that guy's a douche train. Or what? It's like, what are you trying to church up? Douchebag? That's where you decide to bring your flair for speaking into the word douchebag?
You know where that came to a head? It was Deadpool. Brought that shit to a head. I remember thinking that.
Because guess what? I've always kind of thought Ryan Reynolds kind of a douchebag.
kind of a douche
I like
lord.
Ryan Reynolds.
Douche nozzle. I always thought. I think he's fine, but he's kind of a douchebag.
I don't think.
He's a guy who would say douche nozzle is what he is.
Here's what I heard. I heard Workaholics. I heard they used to have a whiteboard in their writer's room, and any word that they thought was that got played or whatever, they would write on that, and it couldn't be in a script, like moving forward after they wrote it on there. I say it because I think douche nozzle was one of those things, but it's an interesting concept to be like, man, the internet can wear out a word so hard that you have to be like, well, all right, so we're done with it then.
Douchebag is just perfect. That's the thing about it. It's like,
two syllables, hard consonants. It's what we need.
It's like when you go to a place that's doing too much with cheeseburgers or pizza, you know what I mean? Where it's like they're like putting too many toppings on it, they're getting really silly. It's like, not that like peanut butter on a burger is bad, but like every now and then they're like, it's got peanut butter and like habanero jam on it. It's like, and they're just doing too many things with burgers.
I just want some American cheese. Give me my douchebag.
Give me a good burger. Douchebag is a perfect fucking well-made burger. We don't need the bells and whistles.
I feel like, and let's have a discussion. I feel like douchebag a while ago was in danger of being like that. I feel like for a minute,
it was
right around when Kanye said it, it was like it was too much everywhere, and now that has gone away and it's fully back.
Well, it's just an early one. It's like one. I don't know if you're our generation or around our age. You probably adopted it in middle school. It's like the last of the words you can still say from middle school, really.
Yeah, it is.
The last of the ones I still say from middle school.
That's a good point where you're like, yeah, everything else was bad. So
yeah, you just remember kids really latched on to douchebag too, because it's like it's referencing something nasty, but it sort of isn't quite a curse.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I think you can say douchebag in school.
I could never. I don't think I've ever gotten in trouble for saying it. You could probably say it in school.
It's like one of those ones you would hear adults say, or I would at least. Yeah, dude. So yeah, anything Yeah,
Yeah.
anything douche that's not bag is just, it's brutal. It's always, it just sounds, what are you doing? Nozzle is the worst one.
Nozzle's the worst.
The worst one.
But it's like, and I hate to
like
just keep.
you're also
going to
wearing
Deadpool,
one of
but-
those beanie hats that has a visor on it. Like, it's a whole,
When people tried to figure out, and I think maybe this is going away too, but people tried to figure out new ways to swear. They'd say like, I guess I don't want to maybe say other picks, but there's just a bunch of these. I could say a few. They're comedy tropes where I'm like, if I hear it in a stand-up set, it just almost turns me off to the whole thing. There's like different combinations of those words, you know. I don't want to say them in case anyone else picks
I know.
them. Like douche
There's
nozzle,
phrases.
just
There's phrases of the time.
yeah. Zach's trying to reconnect right now. We can flop the order for the first time in the history of doing it. I don't care.
I don't think we're gonna. You know.
Yeah, we're already
We're
at 3, though.
Yeah.
We could also throw to an early break, maybe.
Oh, now there's the producer. There's the super
We're all
producer.
just like, let's talk, dudes.
You know what? We're gonna take that. We're gonna take that early break. I'm gonna throw it over right now. We'll be right back.
This episode of All Fantasy Everything is brought to you by Factor. Listen, it's spring. You need energy. You need to be out there. You need to be ready for the warmer weather, the more active days. You want to keep on track with your goals, whatever those be. If it's just getting outside, if it's looking outside while you read a book inside, if you're trying to eat better, you know, all those things. You want to stay on top of it. Factor's got you covered. They have those convenient meals to help energize you, to get everything going. Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. They can help you fuel up extremely fast. They got, like I'm saying, those ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door.
Oh my
You're going to
God.
save time. You're going to eat well. You're going to get everything done on your to-do list, which, if you're anything like me, you just don't get it done all the time. And cooking, the whole process, doing dishes, buying the ingredients, preparing, sitting down, setting the table, dog, who's got time for all that? With Factor, skip the trip to the grocery store, skip the chopping, the prepping, skip all that cleanup. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you gotta do, you heat it up and enjoy it, and then you get back to exactly what you're doing. They got Protein Plus meals with like 30 grams of protein or more per serving. Delicious, flavor-packed options on the menu each week. They fit a variety of all the lifestyles that are out there. Keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, Protein Plus. If you're trying to bulk grow, you know what I'm talking about. Hop on it, give it a shot. Head to factormeals.com/allfantasy40. Use the code allfantasy40 to get 40% off your first box. Again, that's code allfantasy40 at factormeals.com/allfantasy40 to get 40% off your first box. If sleep matters to you, which of course it does, waking up feeling refreshed and being a good parent, just being a good member of society, you know, all that stuff, it's just all extremely important. And with Hatch, restful nights for the entire family can absolutely be your new reality. The new and improved second generation Hatch Rest makes sleep better and more magical for your entire family. The all-in-one Hatch Rest is a smart sleep device with a sound machine and nightlight that grows with your kids. I cannot tell you, there's no way for my words to convey how much our Hatch has helped us. We have 2. It helps. We use it every single night. We use it for naps. We're using it right now for our daughter. She's taking a nap. And I also take it on the road with me when I go, because I travel a lot and I go to these hotels. I bring it, and it's a nightlight. You can pick the color, you can pick the sound. There's so many to choose from. I use the waves, and I usually have it on like a low blue. Just for, I'm telling you, it is magical to have. You will not regret it. It's so compact. It's so easy to use. The instructions are so seamless, and they've kept up. We've had ours for going on 2 years. So right now, Hatch is offering our listeners up to 15% off your purchase of a Hatch Rest and free shipping at hatch.co/allfantasy. So if you are ready for improved sleep for your kids and yourself, go to hatch.co/allfantasy to get up to 15% off and free shipping. Again, that's hatch.co/allfantasy.
And we're back. Welcome back to All Fantasy Everything. Zach has returned.
I am here.
He is here. He wandered the desert for 40 years.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
Returned to us.
What desert?
With wisdom.
Mojave. Nice.
That sounds epic.
Mm-hmm.
You're a douche nozzle.
Welcome, Brad. Welcome, Brack.
Welcome, Brad. Welcome, Brad, everybody.
Welcome, Brack. Welcome back to the 50cc motocross in the Mojave Desert, sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah, bro.
I can
That'll
do
get you
that. I
cooking.
can.
Sure.
You get there. Oh yeah.
Host some Red Bull events.
You did sideline commentary for like a monster thing once. You got us like on the floor for the street league. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
And we were
absolutely.
watching motocross like in the dirt. Shit was crazy.
Was that for the Dew Tour?
Dew Tour, not Mounts. Yes, the Dew Tour. But yeah, you had
The
like
Dew Tour.
passes were on the floor, like Nyjah doing kickflips behind us. It was tight.
Welcome back to the Dew Tour. My name's Ian Carmel. Welcome back to the Dew Tour ant kissing event. My name's Ian Carmel. We've got a bunch of guys who are going to go try to give their aunt a saucy kiss. All right, first up is Kyle Bradford. Kyle's aunt is only 3 years older than him because his mother comes from a large Catholic family. Kyle's going to go in there and give his aunt a romantic kiss. Let's watch.
No one wants it.
How Kyle do?
He didn't do bad in my brain.
Kyle gave his Aunt Danielle a wet, sloppy kiss right on the mouth. The chemistry is off the charts. Let's go to the replay.
Much like most of my life, I'll take the sloppy seconds.
I've heard of a French kiss, but that looks more like a Dutch kiss, if you know what I'm
That's a Dutch
saying.
kiss right there.
And that's because they're related.
That's because there's two
The
lips.
floodgates are open. There
There he goes.
Two lips. You know, what if they had real extreme sports, huh?
Yeah.
Ant kissing.
An ant kissing competition.
Didn't we talk about on this podcast, like, kissing your boss? I don't know if that was a power move or something, but at the end of the day, if you had to kiss your boss goodbye, like, bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Mwah.
I think speed shitting could be another. Like
Okay.
Oh, dude, some guy in Chicago was asking me if I'd open up for his curling club. I might have to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely should do
Yeah,
that.
you gotta-
And then
yeah.
curl.
Welcome back to a loose toilet and unfurnished basement. We're here at the Dew Tour Speed Shitting Championship in Tucson, Arizona. Sean Jordan is going to see how fast he can take a huge shit.
Yeah, man. I mean, shitting's funny, so I'm gonna laugh this whole interview. But like, I really think I'm gonna take a quick shit.
He has been building up his hot sauce levels slowly through the event, so we're really expecting a lot from him.
Sean,
Yeah.
you've been chugging squid ink and eating loose spaghetti.
Yeah, I think I got a real firm skinny shit, so it should come out real quick.
Oh, squidding. I just thought of that in like a bathroom context.
I think it's gonna be like real long, real solid, real skinny, and real loose. So it's gonna come out and it's gonna be quick, and I'm gonna speed on shit. It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna change colors after I admit this for my body.
And as soon as I win, I'm gonna make out with that dude's aunt, and it's gonna be tight.
A true multi-sport athlete, Sean Jordan.
I'm like Jordan, baby.
Zach, time for your third pick.
My third pick is authentic. Well, how the fuck would I know if something's authentic? Oh, you go to that place for Mexican? Is it authentic? Why would? What am I gonna grill them?
That's a good. It does
There you
come
go.
up. It does come up from a lot of.
I don't even
douchebags.
dip my feet in that bathtub. It's
No.
like if someone asks me if I go to a Mexican or whatever, and they're like, "How was it?" I'm like, I would never go into that territory
Yeah.
of telling somebody it was authentic or not.
I never say it, but I do fall for it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody tells me a place is authentic, I'm like, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll let you know firsthand.
That's the one I'll go to.
Whenever somebody tells you about some authentic shit, it always feels like they're like giving you like a hookup. Like, yo, don't tell
Yeah.
anybody, but this place is authentic.
Right. This. Oh, dude, you gotta. If you want Mayan food, this is the most authentic. And you're like, I don't. Can that even apply?
No, it isn't. It's in soup balls, and it's not authentic. There's nothing authentic there except bowling alley food.
Yeah. There's pitfalls to it too.
Oh, for
Somebody told me
sure.
about like an authentic Lebanese place, and like the food was fine. There was no music, and I ate on a card table.
That doesn't bother me
That
really.
sounds no, but it was fine. The food was fine. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
wasn't amazing.
No, it wasn't. No. If the food was amazing, I'll eat it out of a trough. I don't give a fuck.
It would be funny if you were like, the food was fine, and they're like, yeah, that's authentic for Lebanon.
That's
just
how
have
it is
fine
in
food.
Lebanon.
I think so.
You know what else bothers me too is when someone talks about, hey, it was real authentic barbecue or whatever, and you're like, I mean, I can find somewhere in Portland that I would think if I never had opinion, I'd be like, it's fine, it's great. This to me is authentic barbecue.
I've had some trash barbecue in some places.
But I've also had some really good barbecue places in places that aren't notorious for having it. And I've had shitty barbecue in Kansas City. I mean, it happens, you know?
Kansas City.
There it is. Speed shitting, dude. Speed shitting World Cup. Fill it up.
I think, actually, if I'm talking about food I've been the most disappointed in, going to a place where I was like, this is subpar.
It's sushi? Yeah.
It's, well, no. It's barbecue.
Yeah.
I've just had so many places where people are like, that's pretty good, and then you're like, nah, that's shit.
My standards are, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It takes a lot for me to really be like, that sucked.
Italian is kind of like that too. Like,
yeah.
I think driving through Tucson, it was like Crazy Joe's authentic Italian. I'm like,
because anybody can say it.
Right. You just put the flag on the outside of the restaurant, you know.
Yeah, just be Garbaggio Italian. That's good too.
Totally.
I love a Garbaggio.
Just like we can't even tell you what we serve. Just get in here.
Yeah. I would love if there was an Italian place called Garbaggio's, and they were just like, yeah, mostly mozzarella sticks and spaghetti.
Garbaggio's.
Welcome to Garbaggio's. It's exactly what you think it is.
Garbaggio's. Can I twizzle your pasta?
Oh yeah. You see me
with this pasta twizzler.
Well, in like 80 years, are people gonna have like, you know how like poor people food from like generations ago is kind of like high end food now?
Oh yeah.
Like, is bowling alley food in 70 years gonna be like, oh man, people used to do this? Like, wow. They used to eat mozzarella sticks with hands pulled from little balls, public use balls.
It's a really upscale Totino's pizza with ranch.
Yeah. And this place is really authentic. They crunch up barbecue chips and put them on top.
Yeah. This place does a ramen brick that is like it's like what your grandparents used to eat when they were stoned playing Madden 2004.
Put the extra money down for the ranch sommelier. You're gonna want him.
These dudes will fight behind you. It's like it feels like you're there.
This guy went to study in San Diego for like 4 years and before he moved back.
School.
Hike up your skirt and show your hidden valley to him, okay?
Yeah.
I hope that Dave Matthews talk wasn't like actually on the show.
They're gonna know now. They're gonna know.
This is what the pre-roll had.
Yeah.
Who knows where it was? Authentic. That's perfect. Sean Jordan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Literally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hilarious, but it's just like David Cross had a bit about it. I mean, 15 years ago on an album. So I'm not trying to snake that, but it's ever since I heard it, it's like, yeah, okay. It's I can't do it. I don't
literally
ever say it.
Literally.
Just 'cause it's never. I don't know. It always makes.
You literally never say it.
It can't work.
Once again though, I do know some people who when they say it, it sounds cool. I'm thinking of a comic who I'm not gonna say, but when she says it, it sounds kind of like it just like makes sense. You know what? You guys know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know Lisa Traeger?
Yeah.
That's like how she talks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's like it was literally insane. And you're like, yeah, that doesn't seem crazy to me. But other people say it. I can't stand it, so I get it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that is taken. It's one of those words that is taken on.
No.
It's cultural misappropriation, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like
it's more for hyperbole than anything now.
I think I just did one of those ahas because I didn't want you to ask me. Did you hear me do it? I didn't even know I was doing it. And right as I did, I was like, "Shit, you don't know what he's talking about. Don't act like you do, and admit it to everybody who's listening. Admit how stupid you are."
I still think about how Sean answered, "What is a touchstone?" And you were like, "What?
Touchstone of something that was."
Get out of there.
The Rosetta Stone? What were we doing? Words that make you sound smart. That was the same one where I was like, I don't like the dichotomy of this prison cell. To be fair, I didn't actually think I was giving a good definition, but I also don't know what dichotomy means still. I mean, barely. I don't think I could use it. in a sentence?
I think you could.
I don't
I
think
you could
so.
too.
Try using it in a sentence for real.
What does dichotomy mean?
Hi. Hi, what does dichotomy mean? I don't know. I don't have a room here.
We met on Tinder, and now I said all I put in my profile was dichotomy. Could you please explain to me what it means? Yes, that picture is of me 10 years ago. That's neither here nor there. I'll be leaving as soon as I have this word defined. Is it? I don't know. Is it like juxtaposition at all? Is it like between two things?
Yeah,
but they're like opposites, right?
Like the dichotomy of The Godfather versus Sleepless in Seattle? Would it be like similarities? Or like what's similar about them, or what's I
think
don't know.
it's more of like the dichotomy of the.
I'm trying, Zach. This is me. I'm pouring it out there.
Peanut butter versus the ice cold jelly. Unless you guys don't keep jelly in your fridge.
I keep jelly in the fridge.
Yeah, I keep jelly in the fridge. Well, once it's open, I keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
You
don't keep it. You can nobody out there keeps it in the cupboard after it's open. That would turn into water. It'd be jelly water. Sounds sexy. I'm gonna start doing it. Sounds kind of sexy when I say it.
It does
like
kind of
that.
sound sexy.
And you guys let it take a bath in the silence. It sounds sexier. So. Have you seen that jelly water? Hey, Laura, get home. It's jelly water night.
Oh. Okay, that's how you got the first one, right?
No, it was IVF. It was actually a long process. Thanks, Philippe. Shout out.
Time for my third and fourth picks. With my third pick, I'm taking How Come?
Oh, no space in between.
There was this kid in elementary school. He's in prison now.
Yeah.
I used to combine words all the time into one word, and I was one of them. How come?
I'm not combining these words. I'm taking this as a two-word word, and I'm sorry.
How come, huh?
How come?
You're just gonna shit right in my face. I say it daily.
How come?
I remember, that reminds me of an old Ian Carmel joke where you would talk about the why comes. You know? Like, why come we don't have our, like, there's BET, but there's not white entertainment? Why come?
Why come that is? I just, like, how come is perfect. There's not an ounce of fat on that word combination.
Right.
But
I get it. It does sound dumb.
You know what's crazy? Now I can't even think of how I would use it. We're going to...
How come?
How come?
Yeah, what am I using it for?
Oh, you're gonna leave me? How come? How come?
Yeah. How come?
How come?
How come?
How come you don't have any mustard in here?
Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. Stroke averted.
I just had to bring it to neutral. I had to bring it to where
you had to throw mustard in there. If you,
I had to play your game.
Equalize it with mustard. Pour a little salt on there. It's fine.
How come there's a straw in this Miracle Whip?
Yeah.
Because I'm drinking it. You said you were
come
going
to
to the
your house
coast.
and just open your fridge.
I drink Miracle Whip in a bathrobe and watch Entourage when I think you're on the coast. I know you live here, but tell me when you're coming home and it's unexpected.
It's just how come is like, it feels like it's leaving words out.
I feel like somebody used to have a bit about that where if you just type in why into Google, the questions that come up versus how come.
Somebody did. It was like...
The questions were like, I want to say it was Matt Lieb, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I remember
it's so funny.
It's a really good bit. It's a really good bit.
How come I owe taxes this year? How come Pluto is not a planet? How come when I flash someone and then nothing else? How come I can't sleep? How come AirDrop is not working?
See, these are all this is just my search history.
When you plead nuh-uh, but you were found you're gonna be like, how come?
How come?
Oh yeah, you take it to the court of how comes.
Yeah, that's the appeals court.
That's somebody that doesn't understand the verdict that they're off. They just don't get the verdict. Like, well, how come? Like, no,
how come?
No, you can leave.
Yeah, of all the ones, this is the one I probably say the most.
Oh, I say it. I'm sure I say it too.
But
I know I say it too.
I know what you mean. It doesn't. It almost doesn't sound certain.
No. Mm-hmm. Well, it's just like any other. If I would ever use like, it's this weird efficiency that we like. It's just removing words. Mm-hmm. It's like, how come it is that? But really, come? How come? The come part is weird.
Yeah.
It's why. We're just saying why.
Yeah, exactly.
How did it come to be that? That's like what we're saying.
Is that what it's short? That makes sense.
How did it come to be that you don't have any mustard? but we're saying, how come you don't have any mustard? Right?
How come when the government does this, it's okay, but when I do it, it's not?
Yeah, how come?
How come?
How come?
How come? Tell me how come.
So that is my third pick, and my fourth pick is all.
Is all.
Oh, like this dude is
blah,
all.
blah, blah is all. Or
Yeah.
is
all I did was.
So he was all like throwing mustard everywhere. I was all like, bro, I still got to finish my food. I don't want to get kicked out of here. No.
How come I'm getting kicked out of the bar? All I did was take his shot because I thought it was my shot, and now how come I gotta get kicked out of the bar? It's
oh man, especially if that is all's. It has an S.
Yeah,
Is all's.
It's all I did.
All I was trying to do was talk to her, man. That's all I was trying to do.
Alls is all. That's all it was.
It feels like it has a silent apostrophe S at the beginning.
Yeah,
That's all
it
I
does.
did.
all I was trying to do. All's
trying
that
to do.
could be. Zalls can be your word if you want. Zalls is.
all I wanted to do is find out what owl tastes like, and owl can't go back to the zoo. How come that's fair?
Yeah.
How come she can go back to the zoo? She killed the owl. All I did is eat it.
It's all I did was eat it.
All I did is eat this dead ass owl.
All I want to do is love you. How come you don't?
It's all I want to do is have some fun until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard, and you're telling me I can't. How come?
How come? Why?
No, that's a good one.
Yeah. The is
Is
all
all.
how come
Is all. Is all.
double header. Sean Jordan, have your fourth pick is all.
This is pretty specific to me, but sorry. Sorry makes me sound stupid all the time. I say sorry when I say sorry when I don't do anything wrong. Exactly.
Yeah.
I say sorry.
Yeah, I hate it when I say it when I didn't do anything.
I have been
Yeah.
working on it, but I say sorry
Like someone runs into
all
you.
the time, and it makes me sound like a baby. Yes, dude. At a comedy club, at a bar, anywhere. Like I'll say it in my car. Believe this or not, I'll say it in my car sometimes if I feel like I'm inconveniencing someone too much. Like sorry. I'm working on it. I say pardon me now, but I can't say pardon me in an email or a text. So I
You know
still.
what you should try is Perdóname. That could be a new you.
That'd be saucy.
Perdóname, Sean.
That's aggressive.
Perdóname, señora.
Then I'd apologize for them. They'd look at me if I said that. And I'd be like, I'm sorry. I just fucking around.
Con permiso.
Donde el grande montaña?
I'd look at the ground and I turtle up, and like I get real submissive when I say sorry all the time.
Yeah.
Probably just gonna be that way forever because I'm as old as I'm gonna be. It's hard to make changes when you're 41. I'll probably
You're
try
get
to be that
older.
way. But well, yeah, right. I
You do
hope I don't die.
You do it right. You're not even halfway done.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'm the person I'm gonna be. I'm not, I'm just like not that assertive or whatever, and I'm working on it. But I just feel so dumb when I say sorry for nothing at all. I didn't do a thing, and I'll say sorry.
What I'm looking
Oh, man.
forward to the day when you're like working through it. So you go back into someone at the airport and you go, "Hey, I said sorry, but you bumped me actually, so I'd like to take it back."
I wasn't sorry.
Dude, I mean, I told you about that guy on the airplane when, like, that girl was in the aisle, and then after a half hour, he goes, "Can I help you?" And I go, "You guys are both bugging me."
Yeah.
I just said it like a 5-year-old. And then 10 minutes later, I apologized to that guy probably 15 times before the end of the flight. I was touching him. I was looking at the... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Touching you.
He's just looking at me like, who is this idiot?
all I was trying to do was help.
It's all I wanted to do was have the aisle to
How
myself.
come you're so mad? I said sorry, bro.
Here's what I like sorry, when someone kind of like, they'd be like, you can, I don't know, like they have a lot of, it's usually customer service, and a customer will have some like tension in their head, and they'll kind of come hard or come hot at the customer service person, and the customer service person's like, "Yeah, we'll get you on the next flight." And they're like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell."
Yeah.
That is a nice one.
Yeah, that's
Look, man, I'm
nice.
sorry. I've been annoyed.
Or some guys are just like, "Sorry, I'm a fucking prick," and you're like, at least you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you walk up with it, it's kind of
Totally.
easier.
I've just had it out of my where I've just been like so frustrated and taken over by that, and then later on I'm like, what were you doing?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm sure I've got like that, but I don't really, I can't think of a time. It's not, Yeah, it's usually just me apologizing for, like, touching someone in an airport. It comes up in airports a lot because it's so... Everyone's just so in their lane and so worried about where they're going and shit. And so I just always...
Do you think also because you're drunk out of the airport, it's like heightened?
Well, then they go away. Then I'm just floating. Then I don't care at all. I'm stoked. I stopped all the voices, you know? it's like walking to that bar.
You kept the peace at bay. Shout out to East Bay.
Yeah. Dude, I wish.
Shout out to East Bay.
East Bay, dude. They kept me swimming in Carl Canai. That was the only place, that and Metro and the mall in Sioux Falls were the only two places I knew where to get Carl Canai. Anyway.
Zach, your fourth pick.
Someone put a nickel in me when they talk about East Bay.
My fourth pick is going to be LOL.
Oh,
yeah. It was on the list.
I'm a haha man. You know, my father was a haha man.
Yeah.
His father was a haha, and by God, if I have a son, he's going to be a haha man. I don't like typing LOL.
Is this the first
I don't
pick
like
that has made it as a text?
I feel like an asshole when I type LOL.
Yeah, I do
I do it sometimes still, but it makes me feel like an asshole. Or LMAO, or LMBAO.
Do y'all have rules on if you're actually laughing or not? Like, I'll send haha if I'm actually laughing, otherwise I won't send it. Or if I'm, like, giggling to myself. I won't just send it when I'm straight-faced answering a text.
It's, if I don't want to expand on why I think it was funny, because I'm like, it's usually like if I'm rushed or something, that's when you're going to get a LOL.
It doesn't always need a response. Sometimes you just, like I sent you guys that text today of that kid from Sioux Falls, whatever, but just a haha, and it's like, yeah.
If I give you just HAHA, then it's like, hey, I acknowledge what you did, and yeah, I see it.
I see what you did there.
If I give you like 8, then it is like, oh man, you really got me.
Yeah. I'll hit you with the caps ha-has. I'll hit you with the all caps for sure. That is how you know it.
People do it with the LOL, like LOL, and you're like, I don't even know. You can't extend it.
I had a roommate who used to, in jest, like making fun of these people, he would always say Holocaust, and it was like, oh God.
Oh God.
God damn, that one sucks.
Or doing it for the lols. You're just doing it for the lols. You're like, shut your mouth.
You're just talking for the computer.
Yeah, it's like, I think internet talk is, you know, because we're all of the age of, like, we remember pre-internet talk, so it's
I remember when it started. I remember, you'd hear a girl say OMG every now and again. You go, what is that?
Oh, man.
I think
YOLO
the one I really do in my life
up.
is BRB, and
Alright,
I do it so random,
That's it.
like very slimly.
Peace out.
Say BRB? Yeah, I guess I have heard that.
I'm
Peace.
using BRB.
Well, when you say BRB, you mean Big Ricky Bucket, right?
Yeah, that's Big Butt. That's your speed share name is Big Ricky Buckets. You go fill the toilet real quick.